You know, now on Patreon, I got the video. So we're gonna have fun tonight. I'm fired up. We're gonna have fun tonight. So we get down. I'm gonna do one here. I'm gonna go over on Patreon. Then I'm gonna come back over here. I'm gonna go on Patreon. You feel me? That's how we gonna do it tonight. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we gonna, and like I say, I've been studying the theosophy. It's almost like, wow, like people is actually acting like any of the information is new. Malachi Z. York did the same thing. Don't act like he had the same exact characters. And now we're gonna get into this. Now he had the same exact goddamn characters, the Palladians and all the other types of goddamn aliens. Yeah, the platform already been laid out. Lovecraft. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Lovecraft. We're gonna talk about Maurice Dorriel. We're gonna talk about the Typhonian order. You see what I'm saying, and all the rest. That's right. We're in the house. Thank you, family. Yeah. Email me, family. Email me, generalset@yahoo.com. I got you, family. Mr. Allaway, 89, I got you, family. Okay. But Malachi Z. York, you see, also did that. You also did that. Same layout, same platform. Ain't nothing changed. So we wanna most definitely put this out there, that we know exactly what's going on, that you're not the first, you won't be the last. All of y'all are the children of Madame Blavatsky. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, the children of Madame Blavatsky, the children. Now let's deal with this. Let's get this.
Let's go. Madam Blavatsky. Yeah, we're going to get into some people tonight.
Let me see. Let me share. Here we go. Is we in the house? Okay, that is. Let me see how good. And so so we talking about this emerald tablet of Thoth, the Atlantean. Okay, of Thoth, the Atlantean.
Let's go. Look at the comments.
Let me select all.
Look at the comments.
Why I do that? Hold on.
Look at the comments.
Closed out on me. That's why. Okay, hold on, fam. Why it closed out like that?
He came out the woodwork too. Maybe we get into that tonight. Where did Billy Carson come from?
We're gonna get to his daddy. We're gonna get to I know Billy mad at me. Well, I mean, we talking true. That what he say he about. I mean, well, goddamn, you gonna get mad at me? You sitting up here talking some bullshit.
Silly Billy.
Don't get mad at me. Cause you talking crazy.
Black power, black power.
Okay.
Pow wow.
Okay. Let me shut some things down because I got too many goddamn lectures up. When I got too many lectures up, this motherfucker.
I like to see the comments, man. Sometimes you get a jewel in the comments.
I'll look up. I'll be having about 20 goddamn lectures up there. All right, let me see. Let me get it back in there. Wait a minute. Hold on. We're going to work out. Just hold on.
We're going to work out. Silly Billy.
No problem. Okay. There you go. Here we go. All right, that's what I want. Right there. Say, Billy, man,
black power in this mother.
Billy woke up on the wrong side of the nigga. You ain't gonna survive me. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna survive me. see? Hey, Billy woke up wrong. Yeah. Here we go. Now let's talk about this, family. Let's talk about this. Now, we talking about the emerald tablets of Thoth the Atlantean. See, a lot of y'all think this shit, you know, some See, y'all gotta quit letting them, y'all gotta quit letting them play with y'all minds. You see, y'all be letting them play with y'all mind where motherfuckers tell you this shit damn near 36 hours. Nigga, you can't even remember what the fuck happened yesterday. How the fuck you know some 36,000 goddamn years? See, it's crazy. When motherfuckers get to using astronomical numbers and shit, you got to be on guard of that. You be like 36,000 years, goddamn, nigga. Like, where the fuck was you at when this shit went down? You feel me? You acting like, nigga, you was right there. Say it was written 36,000 fucking years ago. Well, who told you? Amin Ra, Marduk? Who told you that? One of the Palladians flew from all the way across the goddamn galaxy. One of them little light-skinned aliens, one of them blonde-haired aliens, the Palladians. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, came way and say, we an abandoned colony. You see that? I like the way they say that. Listen now, we an abandoned seed colony. I'm gonna talk about that. So we see that when he said that we have been abandoned, then that means he ain't never got to show no that we abandoned. You understand? Ain't nobody coming back, so don't be asking me about where the fuck they at, because I don't know. Yeah, them motherfuckers been skipped over on another on that the Milky Way. They slid down the Milky Way and then another guy. And they be knowing exactly how it happened. They made a mistake and went through the wrong wormhole, and we probably will never see them again. Yeah, you know. And so again, so this is the guy who wrote the book. Now I want y'all to hear me out. This is the guy that wrote
Let's read,
book.
family.
You can go look him up, Maurice Dorrell. You see, and it says he wrote that book, The Emerald Tablets of Thoth, the Atlantean. See, now that's very critical right there. See, now listen, when the general talk to you, now I want y'all to hear me out when I tell you these things. See, you have to listen. See, anybody.
Did you say it's that pseudoscience?
Thoth. You see, Thoth. Don't nobody use no Thoth. Ain't nobody using no Thoth. That's Tahuti. See, so right there, you see the man mind, where his mind oriented to. Yeah, you got to see where his mind oriented to. He don't even refer to him by even what the Medunetta say. Now, I ain't all the way with that. You see, and y'all know, y'all know Hermes, the Trismegistus, all that garbage. You see, they don't call him, Hermes. He's not Hermes. He's not Trismegistus. He's not Thoth. He's none of that. You see, even in the Cro-Magnon, Neanderthal, Medunetta, they don't even say Thoth. Yeah, say plug in my mic. My mic ain't in. It ain't in. Okay. It might not be. It's your life. It's in now. It's in now. Thank you, family. Kingsmanship. Appreciate you. Yeah, I'm glad you. House. Okay, good. All right. Yeah, so that's right there. You got to understand. People say, hey, anytime, is Thoth. Now, even Isis is along that in Osiris, but those, when you say Thoth, you way out there. You see what I'm saying? Because you know what his center of thinking is. Okay, so you come in. That's gonna be some occultism. There's going to be some and so just anybody using Hermes Trismegistus and all that. That's some theosophy. That's some Madame Blavatsky. You see what I'm saying? That's some Lovecraft, you know, and all of that. That's some goddamn Aleister Crowley. So what's his name? Rudolf Steiner and all that garbage. You see? And so yeah, so now let's get back to this so we can see now. We got to see. Says that and you know that Maurice Dorrell influenced by ancient Egyptian texts and Lovecraftian stories, and we're gonna Lovecraft stories about part reptilian civilizations emerging from ancient Egypt-like ruins. It deals with Atlantis, an ancient race of serpent-headed men, alchemy, and a variety of other topics. Okay, listen now. It says the book Emerald's Tablets of Thoth, the Atlantean. That's another thing. See, this is how they stealing our shit from us. See, they refer to him as an Atlantean. And so what we have to understand, hear me out. If the white man cannot claim it for himself, and he can't, he's been defeated. He's been defeated. And he knows he's been defeated. So now they opting out for giving credit to a goddamn alien or any guy. Now listen to me. If the white man could take credit for Egypt himself, he wouldn't let him bring no occultism. He wouldn't bring no, they'll be on top of their head about that shit. He would not let you see, not ask yourself this. Ask yourself, they never bring shit, you know, and we understand and see another thing that I notice about Billy. And Billy, let me tell you something, man. Listen to me when I tell you. And listen, I'm not tooting no horns or nothing. Man, I've been studying this shit for a long time, Billy. I know every turn, nigga, that you make. There's no way you could run from me. You feel me? I'm just gonna be real for you. I'm just like one of, you know, I'll be like watching them goddamn, what's that, National Geographics. And they show them hungry ass wolves. Them it be cold in a motherfucker. It's snowing and they hungry than a motherfucker. And they chasing that one goddamn deer. And them motherfuckers don't stop. They steady dogging and shit. You know what I'm saying? Hunting this motherfucker there. And they ain't gonna stop till they get his ass. They gonna bust his heart.
They calling for Dan Calloway and SETI debate.
You know what I'm saying? You can't get away from me, Billy. You can't get away from me, Billy. You can't get away from me. I'm gonna chase you down. You see, every goddamn turn, because I know I done already jumped on your teacher. You know what I'm saying? I done already jumped a lot to Hootie the African, because we see that it's the sacred you see what I'm saying? And they know exactly, you can look it up, they know exactly where that ibis is originated from. Matter of fact,
they calling for Dan Calloway.
Yeah, the Egyptian ibis. It's the African sacred ibis. That's what it come up as. The African sacred ibis. And they give you
you gotta read the comments. You got to read the comments.
A map. They give you a map. and it show you where it's low, where it is located. Matter of fact, I'll put it in here for you. See, the thing where we take you, family, we take you to the source of these things. See, it's in now. Let's look. See, now let's take that out of there. See, so this is where the sacred ibis of ancient Egypt, where they located today. See, so it's not from no goddamn Atlantis. You see, so why, if he came from Atlantis, what history? This is geography. This is, you know, the geographical connection to the history, the geographical, you know, connection to the spirituality. You see, they chose this sacred ibis, and I heard how he explained the sacred ibis. No, why they chose the ibis, is because of his beat looked like the pen. You see, the stylus of the sacred scribes. You see, and so that was the reason why they chose the ibis. You see, to be the sacred zoo type of the God of wisdom, sacred wisdom, the God of writing, the God of all knowledge, mathematics, and science. See, you stealing from us, Billy. You stealing from us. We cannot let you do that. We cannot let you come and step on Dr. Ben, Dr. Clark. You see, we cannot let you come and step on Chancellor Williams and John G. Jackson and J.A. Rogers and George G.M. James and Walter Williams and Francis Cress Wilson and Drusilla Dungeon Houston and Ashaka Musa Barashango and Dr. Khalid Abdul Mohammed. We cannot let you come over here and step on our great and beloved prophets and teachers and thinking that you're going to get away with that. Niggas is talking about we hating on. No, we coming with a bag of rocks because we see you niggas is living in a glass house. And so you want to put it on us. No, truth don't run, nigga. Truth, I don't have no problem. And on anything that I stand on, I'm willing to defend it. A lot of people say, Seti, here's some cats you don't. Yeah, because if you weak enough, I feel if I just let you stand, that you will consume yourself. You see, I don't always jump out there, so don't think that, oh, just because no, you gonna consume yourself. After a while, I want to see how many silly niggas is willing to follow you. You see, and then that way, see, that's what sometimes I let that happen. So you can go on about your business, and so because your DNA gonna lead you where you supposed to go. Water will, you know, find its own level. You see, that's the way I feel. You know what I'm saying? So I don't run out on but you know, because, you know, this is a grand opportunity that where you got Billy Carson, who is and people love him. You know why they love him? Because these are a lot of self-hating ass niggas out here today. They hate Africa so much. Anybody that's willing to craft together any type of fake ass ideology, you understand what I'm saying? You got niggas everywhere now today. And you notice Africa is the most hated. Egypt is the most hated of all. Why is that? When motherfuckers just come out of nowhere and just get to talk, ain't nobody talking about you. Ain't nobody even thinking about your ass. You know, if you don't open up your mouth and make a nigga, you know, respond, you know, and a lot of times I don't respond because you ain't big enough. You feel what I'm saying? And so like I say, I let you consume yourself. But here we got Billy Carson, and he's gravitating a lot of lost mind niggas and shit because they rather live in a world of fantasy. This is really what it boils down to. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be no revolutionary, nigga, because real revolutionaries, nigga, gonna have to put them Timberlands on. You want to tip around in house shoes. You see what I'm saying? You want to put your high heel house shoes on. Nigga, you want to walk around with flip-flops on, nigga, and this, that, and the third. Nigga, these are soldiers over here. They got Timberlands on, and so it's easier for you niggas. You know what I'm saying? To do the mystical, magical and shit. And it's all right. I'm into the magic. I'm into the magic. Yeah, I throw a spell on you, nigga, and knock your teeth out at the same time. You see what I'm saying? We got to be soldiers. And I'm not threatening nobody. I'm just saying, we got to be soldiers at the bottom, which is the bottom line. We can't be all these things running and hiding from our destiny. You see? And that's what we do. And so we find the niche where we, niggas can hide and not assume they divine responsibility. And so when he talks about Thoth, the Atlantean, you see, he's still in our history because Tahuti is the God of all wisdom and knowledge. And so he's saying that Tahuti is an Atlantean. He's saying the Anunnaki came from outer space and created Atlantis. And I'm gonna just show you that just like not only Thoth, the Atlantean, also Serapis Bey, see, who came from Atlantis, who founded what was that? The temple, what was it? The Temple of Luxor, and you know what I'm saying? And then you got the Great White Brotherhood. I got on the Moors about that. See, this is old news. When they talk about that, God is white, black. Black means death. White means purity. Purity means God. God means ruler of the land. Do you remember that? You see, and then, when I went in there and I seen that, yeah, the circle 7 is the symbol of Jesus and shit and this, that, and the third. And so even when he talked that Jesus went into Egypt, Jesus taught it, went to the schools of Egypt, that shit come right out of the Aquarian gospel. Don't act like y'all don't know. This the general, nigga. Don't play me, nigga. You think you done read. You ain't read, nigga. I done read you and all the books that you say, and all them books ain't even qualified. The Vedas, the Indian Vedas, they not ancient enough to explain what's going on in Egypt. You see? You talking about the Vedas. You look the Vedas up. I look up and they say, well, the Vedas are the most ancient of the Indian script. And then I look up, well, what is the most ancient Veda manuscript that you have? And I never get a goddamn answer. You go to Egypt, you got the pyramid text, you got Imhotep at 2700 BC, which is a low date, sitting in his lap with a scroll at 2700 BC. Find me anywhere in the world where you can find a scroll, a man with a scroll in his hand at 2700 BC. You cannot find nowhere on the planet. And so everything is what's the word? It's not substantial. It's only in theory. You see, it's 36,000 years. That's in theory. They don't have no text from no 36,000 goddamn years. They ain't got nothing from no goddamn Atlantis. And so there's emerald tablets, and I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna check out, and I'm gonna come back. The emerald tablets is, and I could break that down. You see what I'm saying? And tell you what it is. You understand, from a connection, black divinity, because that's my frame of reference. You see what I'm saying? If you ain't dealing with black divinity, then ain't no what is your frame of interpretation? See, you into Madame Blavard, you into some bland, you know what I'm saying? You into some subversive, bland interpretation. You're not thinking like no black man. You see what I'm saying? Who culture, that you are actually a descendant of this culture. You see, you're not looking at like that. You're reading it as if Rudolf Steiner is. Yeah, say L. Sut Typhon. You say you will get into him. I believe you will. I believe you will. I believe you will. I'll bury him. You see? Yeah, I believe you will. I know you will. I know you will. Say you want him personally. Well, shit. Keep, get on him. You see what I'm saying? Little bro, that's all you had to do. Run up on start throwing rocks. That's all you had to do. Start throwing rocks. Yeah, just start throwing rocks. That's all you got to do. So, but you know what, family? Just stay black. Stay right here. We're gonna be right black. I'm gonna take a pause for the calls. I'm gonna give me some water. I'm gonna come right black. We're gonna open up another session. If you're up, you most definitely gonna get your mind blown tonight. We do have some clips. I'm gonna go over to Patreon. If you dare, you about to get your mind blown because we most definitely got some clips. Don't you go nowhere. This is gonna be one powerful goddamn night. You're melanin, L Sut, Typhon, you in the house, good brother. We gonna rock tonight, so don't you go no goddamn where. All right, hit some of them links, support the general, arm yourself with knowledge, bang on that wicked ass beast daily liberation.
Okay. That's enough for setting. Now, there's one thing I noticed about Billy is he very robotic, right? But I like to see other people that are talking the same narrative, right? The same conclusions and topics, right? And we all love B-Dale, right? You got hundreds of thousands of subs, right? Let's see how many subs B-Dale got. 57,000, right? Let's poke around. Hold on.
The recordings just got better.
Commercial. I don't care about the 30-second indoctrination. All right, let's listen to B-Dale about the aliens and no Africa.
Text the clear guidelines and norms for the discernment of apparitions and other phenomena according to the National Catholic Register. So all this stuff is taking place. Now, for those who don't understand what an apparition is basically like a ghost-like entity, right? Which is a phantom, a specter, a spirit. So this is all based on a supernatural of six ether energy, right? Six ether is acclimated to the ghost entities that are basically basically hold corporeal form to where they can basically infiltrate certain dimensions. So now notice they said that the press conference is going to be published on May 17th, right? Now this is in correlation to the solar eclipse that took place, right? So when you go talking about the solar eclipse, when you go to this passage in the Bible, when you look at theological context, it says this Jonah 3:4, and it goes down to in 40 days, Nineveh, which is a nomenclature title for America, shall be overthrown, because Nineveh is connected to the Assyrian Empire, which is connected to Babylon, and America is Mystery Babylon. So it says 40 days in America, Mystery Babylon shall be overthrown. And 40 days from the solar eclipse was the Pentecost. 40 days from the solar eclipse on April 8th, you get Saturday, May 18th of 2024. So the day before May 18th, when they said that Nineveh, America, Babylon shall be overthrown, is where you have the press conference talking about how the Vatican is going to be giving guidelines for people to understand apparitions and other supernatural phenomena on the planet. Because also you cannot negate the fact that during the time of the solar eclipse, that's when CERN was activated. CERN was able to project these interdimensional parasitical entities to the planet during the time of the solar eclipse, right? So it's not a coincidence that all this stuff is in correlation. It's not a coincidence. And also, this lines up to the so-called prophecies when you're talking about the Simpsons cartoon, when you go to season 16, episode 19, and it's called Thank God It's Doomsday. So you also got 5:18 right here, which is in connection to 40 days from April 8th of 2024, which is May 18th, right? 5:18, right? So it's also at the top, you got 144,000, which is not a coincidence, because we all know that the binary code system of the matrix, that everything within the simulation is mathematical. Everything in the universe is mathematical. Everything is based on synchronicities. Everything is based on a numerical sequence. So it's not a coincidence also that you got a publication by space.com. It says signs of alien life will be found by 2025 NASA's chief scientists, right? Humanity is on the verge of discovering alien life. High-ranking NASA scientists say, I think we're going to have a strong indication. You also have another publication talking about the emergency action plan for alien invasion on Earth. What could happen if extraterrestrial beings decide to invade Earth, right? So they are preparing. This is all, a form of preparation. This is all premeditated. They're trying to prepare for something, right? So you also cannot negate the fact that you got schools doing drills and simulations preparing for an alien invasion. Wyoming schools unprepared for space alien invasion, but Maryland's aren't. So all this stuff is taking place, and see, you got the poor baby on the ground, and they got him acting like it's a tornado. That's not going to stop it. So you also have the press conference. So it talks about how the Vatican holds a conference on extraterrestrial life, right? And it says right here verbatim, though it may seem unlikely location to happen upon conference astrobiology, the Vatican recently study week over 30 astronomers, biologists, geologists, and religious leaders to discuss the existence and is that ontological artifacts is a form of iconography that proves extra frequencies in the existence of the Vatican secrets, right? The Vatican holds 50 plus miles of shelving documents, which only selected scholars may view certain documents upon request due to its high founding. These archives include historical records of your so-called Jesus, church involvement in wars, banks, biblical relics, extraterrestrial life, and alien beings on the planet. So now I'm going to shock.
What the science is showing us is
I have a lot of friends at the Vatican, and I was let in because that's what I do. And I have a PhD. You have to go through a whole series of checkpoints in order to get in. Okay. Barely anybody could get in there to read these documents. These documents are really old. Some of them would disintegrate, right, if you touch them. So you have to be careful with them. You have a whole wall of something that's called extraterrestrial research into extraterrestrials. And I was like, I'm starting here. There's a great book by Brother Guy Contomagno and his friend, who's a Jesuit, who's a Father Mueller, and it's called Would You Baptize an Extraterrestrial? And that goes along and talks about the whole history of extraterrestrial belief within the Catholic Church, basically. But if you look at the history of Catholicism, and you look at, like, especially people in the Vatican, they know about Emanuel Swedenborg, who's talking about angels and people on Venus and things like this in 1750. There was a best-selling book called Life on Other Planets.
So it's not a coincidence that all this stuff is taking place. Everything basically lines up. Also within the Vatican, you have, like I said, you have ontological artifacts, right? This is a painting from the 6th and the 7th century, and it shows you a UFO at the top. All this stuff is coming from the Vatican. You got some stuff that leaked out from the Vatican. You got a lot of books that was a part of the Vatican. We're going to get into the fact that when you're talking about the Book of Enoch was basically redacted in 1408 when the Vatican hired Thomas Arundel, because the Vatican, they understand the fact that when you read the Book of Enoch, they're talking about extraterrestrial beings. It's talking about the extraterrestrial beings, or you're talking about the 200 fallen angels. The 200 fallen angels are known as the cherubim. The cherubim is also known as the Nephala. Nephala comes from the Nephilim, right? Which is also the 1/3 of the galaxy that was basically kicked out of the so-called heavens, which is connected to the Orion star constellation. 1/3 of the heavens kicked out by Anu by going against galactical order. So those 200 fallen angels are basically extraterrestrial beings that is talked about in the Book of Enoch. We finna get into that later. So it tells you about, like I said, they got many different artifacts and relics and sigils and many different manuscripts in the Vatican that talks about extraterrestrial existence on the planet, right? And this is from the Vatican Vault, item 1489. On April 14, 1561, a battle involving a variety of strange objects took place over Nuremberg. Those that hit the ground turned to steam. This is a helmet that was found on scorched earth. So this is one of the helmets that was found. And also, we're going to get into why did the Vatican remove the Book of Enoch, right? Because anytime when it comes to westernized monotheistic religious systems, if it's not parallel to everything that they're talking about from a biblical standpoint, it's basically going to be redacted. So it says right here, it is inconsistent with the teachings of the Torah, right? So you also had another infiltrator of the Vatican. There's a guy that infiltrated the Vatican.
Grows freely, but
and this guy, I think he's from Russia. So you gotta, kind of get, acclimated to his way of speech. But he's basically talking about this guy who was a KGB member, and he basically infiltrated the Vatican and stole some archives.
Okay. Hold on, B-Dale. So some of y'all might be asking, where did B-Dale come from? Who was his master teacher, right? I mean, I wanted y'all to get a feel of how he talked, with that robotic tone, and it's just, it's like he not conscious. It's like autism almost. Like you're not conscious of social cues, where to put your commas and how to play with your tone. You know how people remember back in school when they read a book, you would have to kind of emulate the tone of the sentence, like, exclamation point, shit like that, right? That's a form of connecting when communicating. But if you read it monotone and you didn't say the end of the sentence like it was a question, right? Then it's off-putting. Like, was that a question? You know what I mean? So, but this is, let's run the intro, and maybe you can pick up on where B-Dale came from.
Recordings just.
Oh, here go the commercial.
Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard.
At least it's a StreamYard commercial. Shit. So, matter of fact, we're gonna slow it up. Let's slow it up. Put the playback speed. We're gonna slow it down. Did that speed it up? Maybe that sped it up. Hold on. Oh, that's too slow. Hold on. Let's do that. All right, hold on. Let's run it back.
Be Frankie. Yeah, I'm striving for greatness, trying to make it out. We're stuck in the matrix. Yeah, I'm striving for greatness, trying to make it out. We're stuck in the matrix. Yeah, I'm striving for greatness, trying to make it out. We're stuck in the matrix. Yeah, I'm striving for greatness, trying to make it out. We're stuck in the matrix.
I'm gonna show you this video. So this is all gonna be connected to the Lucifer telescope that basically sits on Mount Graham, because Mount Nordic being in the Vatican Gardens, right? So one thing you got to understand about Majestic 12, Majestic 12 is basically a proxy for the Department of Defense. So Operation Majestic 12 is basically talking about you have many different extraterrestrial beings, extraterrestrial biological entities that is comprised of grays, Zeta Reticuli grays, draconians, and insectoids, right? So now this is all connected to everything that I was telling you about to prepare for supernatural phenomenon. Because there's a lot of shit that's getting ready to take place spiritually on the planet. Because I was telling you before, the star Polaris merges in the physical world with the spiritual world to where it causes a quantum entanglement, which causes a quantum fluctuation to where you're able to see apparitions and supernatural phenomenon on the planet. So now the Vatican is preparing guidelines for apparitions and other supernatural phenomenon, right? So why is that? Now, so with that being said, don't be surprised if the influx, don't be surprised if the influx of sleep paralysis is at proliferating numbers. So with that being said, a lot of people are going to be going through this phenomenon, this supernatural anomaly called sleep paralysis. Sleep paralysis is when you basically have grays basically infiltrating your biological frequency while you're asleep. So it's not a coincidence that you're going to see a lot of things in your sleep when you're in a sleep state, because the sleep state, when you're in the theta state, the brain's in the theta state when you sleep, to where you're able to basically see into dimensions, basically. So like I said, you got grays that don't take corporeal form. You got some that are able to shapeshift.
This is why I stopped shopping on Amazon, and you should too. Don't spend another dime on Amazon.
They can shapeshift into the ethereal state, and they can shapeshift into a physical entity. So you also got these ontological artifacts in the Vatican. So why would you put stuff like this inside the Vatican if extraterrestrials didn't exist? This is a Sumerian astronaut, one of the ontological artifacts inside the Vatican. Now we finna get into more theological context that proves my claim about extraterrestrial existence on the planet, right? So when you go to this publication right here, talking about the mystery clouds, are they UFOs, by Dr. Malachi Z. York, right? So when you understand the nomenclature title of heaven, heaven comes from the Greek word Oranos. Oranos is connected to the word Orion. Orion is a certain star constellation. So when you go to Amos chapter 5, verse 8, it tells you that heaven is in the Orion, right? Which is also known as the 7 stars, where you get the TV show called Seventh Heaven, right? So when you also go to Job chapter 9, verse 9, Arcturus, Orion, Pleiades, and the chambers of the south, they talk about these star constellations in the Bible, right? That proves to you that you have extraterrestrial phenomenon. Also, when you go to where we at? So, as I was telling you before, one thing you got to understand about, certain apparitions and phenomena, supernatural phenomenon, is not only subjected to spirits or whatever, it's also talking about UFOs. So you can also have UFOs that don't take corporeal form, but where they're able to go into 4th octave ether. When they're able to go into 4th octave,
Yeah, I just wanted y'all to get a taste of B-Dell, right? But see, when you get into the knowledge, you like to find out who was a person's teacher, right? See the firmament, the reptilian, right? You're gonna see a lot of alien, reptilian shit, right? Yakub, the big head scientist. Okay. This black nobility one was epic. We might have to react to that one day. That was epic. But yeah, B-Dell, definitely one of the more intellectual brothers, right? I want y'all to get a little dose of them, you know what I mean? But see, I got a hunch that, B-Dell get his teachings from Dr. York. The doctrines match up. The aliens and the mothership,
to divine intervention and divine retribution, right? So let me get my screen share going. You know what I'm saying? He was talking about the mothership during his reign when he was talking about the Nation of Islam, right? He was exposing the reality of it, talking about the mother plane. He put out a public. Right now, it says Vatican considers a possibility of aliens. This is a secret.
Was presently on the wheel.
Okay, we got
He's talking about the wheel. He's basically talking about the mothership or the mother plane. When we're talking about planet Nibiru, which is a rogue planet, it's a planet that moves in our
That's how he felt about reality. But he couldn't tell them about extraterrestrials. They already thought the message was crazy, but he said that we're an Asiatic black man. We're the original people. He's talking about extraterrestrials and UFOs and motherships and new ships coming out.
Okay, like I thought, right? This is Billy Carson, right? This is Dr. York, right? This is Dr. York, the reformer, right?
Get the food out of us. That's how they work. When we need to go with the
So that's kind of what I thought, that this was Dr. York teaching. This was Dr. York work. right? So if you look at this thumbnail, the final hour, look at the thumbnail, you see the alien with the fez on, right? Morris breakdown, okay. At the Anunnaki creation story, free Dr. York, okay. Free Dr. York. So this is obviously a Dr. York disciple, right? You got the chakra, the yoga, the reptilian bloodline. We see Yaki awakened. I wonder where he on. The Palladian agenda, eugenics. So these the Palladians. These the Palladians that Seti was talking about.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy B-Dell. If you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button. But today I got an extensive transmissional download for you guys. Today we're going to be talking about the reality of how racism really works on a...
But see me say transmissional download, like see how it's so robotic. It's interesting, right? Let's see. See, these are the Palladians, right? They was talking about the white, blonde hair aliens. Okay? So now you got the Aryan Brotherhood with the Ishtar, right? That's Islamic Ishtar and the spaceship. But see, you got over here Anunnaki Galactic Bloodline, right? Anunnaki / more. So in this one, he's saying that you are the Anunnaki, right? We'll get into that. But you see how they saying they got that A with the circle going around it, the orbit. So you got the Palladian next to the reptilian. Okay. You know them East Africans feel like they special, right? You know, they don't even call themselves. Okay, wait, you're getting into the Freemasonry. Let's see what old B-Dale talking about.
Because they were genetically spliced by this being right here, who is Yakub. That's why in Freemasonry, the sun reaches solar maximum. So that's why the shooter in Buffalo, he reiterated in the manifesto, he says the white race is dying off, which is a fact because the sun is speeding up their mortality rate because they were genetically spliced by this being right here, who is Yakub. That's why in Freemasonry, they go through a process called, where's it at? Called Jacob's Ladder. Jacob's Ladder, you know what I'm saying? It basically means that it's the symbology of the spine, because the spine is also synonymous to the energy vortexes, because the 30.
See, that's that Kundalini. See how the Kundalini match the Freemasonry, match the occult, match the Freemason. You get it?
The 33rd vertebrae is in alignment to the 5th chakra, meaning that they cannot, they don't have the neuromelanin to activate the pineal gland, which is the 6th chakra, right? So like I said, they can only stop at 33 degrees in Freemasonry because that's where the 5th chakra is at, because they don't have the genetical.
Is B-Dale a Freemason? Let's get to it. Is B-Dale a Freemason?
Properties to ascend into the sixth chakra, which is the third eye, right? So
hold on, let's check on the setting. Because, you know, sometimes he put up 2, 3 responses. Oh, silly Billy. All right, I don't think so. Let's make sure. Oh, it looked like he's gonna come back. But see right here is ancient alien, the newest arch enemy of the African origin of civilization. See, this is how we got here, right? This is the question that led us to the Great B-Dale, right?
Yo, what's good? It's your boy Masonry, because that's where the fifth chakra is at, because they don't have the genetical properties to ascend into the sixth chakra, which is the third eye, right? So with all that being said, when you look at the grand scheme of, you know, systematic racism and everything on the planet, all this is based upon a Hegelian dialectic tactic. So when you're talking about the Hegelian dialectic, it's basically pseudo and synthetic solutions, and it's basically then you create, you basically have a fictitious problem, but the solution is predicated upon something that's diabolical. So the solution is already facilitated for you to keep you in a.
Are you interested in starting your own Facebook
Okay.
automation?
All right, so you know, here we got. Damn, this damn commercial. Damn. B-Dale. Getting money, huh? Getting money. Anunnaki, extraterrestrials, and world beyond the ice wall. Okay.
Actually, so-called black people, right? So now I'm gonna. We're teaching our people that we have a divine creed and a nationality. They were teaching our people that we have a bloodline that's esoterically connected to something higher.
Right here, we honoring the Anunnaki.
Before we get started, I want to give honors to the Moorish Science Temple of America. I want to give honors to Dr. Malakazi York L. I want to give honors to the Prophet Noble Jew Ali. And I also want to give honors to Elijah Pubay, who is known as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, right? So when you look at things from a retrospective point of view, and you break down the barriers of pseudo concept of knowledge that's venerated by American society, you can see why they demonize these three master teachers.
I just want to point out the Jay-Z picture back there on the wall. You know, Jay-Z and the Circle 7 gods and earth, right? Circle 7 Moorish Quran, Circle 7 5%. So it makes sense why he got the Jay-Z picture on the wall doing the hand and fist Freemason symbol. Go.
Because they were teaching our people that we have a divine creed and a nationality. They were teaching our people that we have a bloodline that's esoterically connected to something higher. When you're talking about the Anunnaki, when you're talking about.
So see, this is kind of what Billy be saying, that like the Anunnaki created us, but now you got another more saying that, you know, we related. Let them work.
Our bloodline being connected to a geographical landmass in America, which is originally called the land of Mu, that was connected to Atlantis that predates Egypt. Now, what they will tell you about Atlantis, that it existed, but they won't tell you that it was a melanated civilization that was controlled and governed by Moors, right? So now I'm gonna pull up this document. It says verbatim in it. It's the 1848 Supreme Court decision in June 6th. It says verbatim that the title holders of the land belongs to the Moors, right? So here's the document right here. 1848 Supreme Court decision. It says the United States does not own the land of the ancient mound builders of North America, much more than 1 million square miles of land. The Moors, the Mers, the title holders. So you're talking about the title
All right, let's see. Let's get to the
nationality. So anybody who is telling you,
now see this is the Freemasonic handshake. You see the hand on the knuckle, right? This is a Freemasonic stance, heel to heel. Right? This is a Freemasonic hand gesture, the hand on the chest. Right? This is a Muslim symbol. Right? It's also a pentagram in a circle. What is a pentagram in a circle? Right? You see it right there, a circle within a circle. And you see the circle within the circle is a broken circle. Right? That symbolizes a loose knit organization, right? It's harder to take down a loose knit organization, right? And we all know they saying who their God is, the one-eyed God. See, this is what I'm saying. I don't put the bone on them, right? I just acknowledge what bone they chewing on already. I don't put the bone on them. You see, your man got the Kanye shoes in the back. So it's like, if you really sharp with the knowledge, you're not, them Kanye's be like $1,000. I don't know. You dig what I'm saying? But when you really get hip to the knowledge, you wouldn't want to fuck with Jay-Z, P. Diddy type motherfuckers. But go.
To venerate the concept of being an African American, telling that you are black people. They are basically a provocateur and an agent of chaos.
Now, see, we getting somewhere. Did y'all catch that? This is what Sabra Sutton said. He's saying is that the alien crowd doesn't rock with Africa, right? But the alien crowd is heavy Dr. York, right? But you got the Egypt regalia on your neck. You got the Egypt. You know, the Nuwapians redid. We're gonna get into the Nuwapians. All right, we're gonna cook a little bit tonight.
Right, because it keeps you acclimated to the 14th Amendment, which is a fraudulent contract, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865 during the time of slavery. So like I said, in order to be recognized by the said government, you have to have a free national name. You have to have a nationality. So anybody who is telling you to venerate the concept of being an African American, telling that you are black people, they are basically a provocateur and an agent of chaos, right? Because it keeps you acclimated to the 14th Amendment, which is a fraudulent contract. Because
see, this my thing for the brothers. If you can put that fez on, if you can carry this card, right? Then number one, you need to make all of us Moors. Everybody need to be able to carry this card. You should be passing them out like fucking napkins at McDonald's, right? If you black, here, your Moorish card, whatever it takes to get your nationality, y'all should be recruiting. It should be recruitment centers everywhere for this shit. It's power in numbers. If every black person in the United States was under this Moorish banner, then you'd really get some laws changed. You really get some shit done. You already got the treaty with them. You already got the Moroccan treaty with them. What are we doing? Why y'all not outside of every high school in America just being like, look, sign up, you more? You know? What are we doing? Let's get it popping. Have you see the Hebrew Israelites hit the corner and talk their shit?
It was never ratified because they place semantics in the verbiage in the wordology. You see what I'm saying? Because the 14th to the Caucasian race, Asian race, the Indo-European race, crossing planet Nibiru, which is the mothership. So when you understand ancient occultism and all these secret societies, you can see where they get these concepts of knowledge from. So what they actually do is they take the more science, they take all the knowledge, and then they colonize it and usurp it and create secret societies. right? So when you're talking about the secret,
did you catch that? I want to make sure you catch that.
The more science, they take all the knowledge and then they colonize it and usurp it and create secret societies, right? So when you're talking about the secret societies, the origins of it all came from the More Science Temple.
So this is my point. If the More Science Temple is not a secret society, if it's not a secret society, why isn't everybody in it? Why aren't you recruiting insatiably? Why aren't you recruiting relentlessly? You not posting flyers. Don't tell me send you a cash app. Don't tell me send you no fucking cash app. Okay, don't tell me pay for a shirt, no merch, no nothing. Give me that goddamn car so we can kick this country's ass and run and take it back. Right? Now, when you see it say that the origin of secret society, B. Dale the Great said it just came from more science. Let's see what came from more science. Ancient Babylonian, Middle Eastern mystery religions, paganism, pantheism, which is polytheism, right? This comes from the Babylonian polytheism, pantheism, paganism comes from more science, which birthed ancient Babylonian, Middle Eastern mystery religions. Okay, walk with me. False spiritualism, witchcraft, divination, shamanism. See, I keep telling y'all about this new age Eastern divination. Okay, Gnosticism. Gnosticism is knowledge above spiritualism. Okay? That's why a lot of these dudes be kicking it like they so smart. That's why being smart means so much to these motherfuckers. You got modern Freemasonry, like he said, the Theosophical Society, right? Now, my thing is, if the Theosophical Society is mutating more science, why y'all ain't tearing that bitch Blavatsky down? Let's go back.
Right? So when you're talking about the secret societies, the origins of it all came from the More Science Temple. Because when you're talking about Nimrod, which is who they venerate in the Freemasonic order through Luciferianism, Nimrod was actually a so-called Negro because he was the first master builder in Kemet, right? So like I said, you got the ancient Babylonians, like I said, it was connected to the Sumerian aspect. So all these, you got the
So Billy Carson said Sumerian, right? And here he just said Sumerian. Now look how he said Sumerian. Hold
on. Which is who they venerate in the Freemasonic order through Luciferianism. Nimrod was actually a so-called Negro because he was the first master builder in Kemet, right? So like I said, you got the ancient Babylonians, like I said, it was connected to the Sumerian aspect.
So the Sumerians are with the Babylonians, which is with the witchcraft and the false spiritualism and the paganism. Okay? B. Dale smarter than me. B. Dale said it, not me. You want to hear it again?
Because he was the first master builder in Kemet, right? So like I said, you got the ancient Babylonians, like I said, it was connected to the Sumerian aspect. So all these, you got the Kabbalism, Gnosticism.
Okay, let's keep walking.
And when you're talking about the cuneiform language and things of that nature. So now I'm gonna pull up the map. Talking about the land of Mu and how it was connected to Atlantis. Right? You got Mu. This was like, for instance, when you're talking about Pangea before the Continental Drift, because what they don't talk about in the Bible has an amalgamation of 72 books, but the original books came from the 5 Mosaic laws. And then they amplified it to 72 books and then condensed it down to 66. So now there's 27 books that's missing out of the Bible when it's talking about the first flood.
So you know why I don't trust this map? You know why I don't trust this map? Look at Africa and Europe. It don't make sense, right? Let's start from the left. Move, past south, right? Boom. North America, South America. Now, I was told it was Turtle Island. One, it's a connected landmass. One, you could say it break off right here in this South America, but this both America. Okay, whatever. Atlantis was connected to either Africa or America, if you let them tell it. It was connected. It broke off and sank, or the flood, whatever. But look how close Europe and Asia is, and it's no separation. Look, this is like Yemen and Middle East, and then you get into India. So ain't no Europe. This is bullshit. This probably was connected to this.
When you're talking about the continental drift, when all the landmass was basically connected to each other. So
you see what I'm saying now. So if it was connected, Europe didn't break off. It ain't separated from nothing.
You had move, and then you got North and South America in between Atlantis. That's why you got the Bermuda Triangle on the coast of the Atlantic Ocean, right? So like I said, when you having this fifth dimensional shift that's taking place on the planet, you're going to see new landmass that was basically destroyed, millions of years ago, once you come into the fact that, all these, we're going to listen to Elijah Muhammad, what he has to say about how,
Man, this is crazy. See, this is what you need to know. Stuff you need to know, fellas, ladies. Stuff you need to know. They got no jurisdiction over it. None. They ain't got the standards. This ain't their land. This is my land. This is my land.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited.
He was his time of fun.
All right, so we got King World.
Again, I just think it's the connection where you at right now.
Shout out King World, right? Let's get King World some love right quick. Y'all go subscribe to King World. Talking about all the same shit, right? Andrew Holmes explained what happened to Kanika Jenkins, Rashad Jamal. He exposed a lot of the occult teachers and everything. Got a lot of Legio Bishop, Pharaoh, right? So y'all go subscribe to King World. He's exposing a lot of good shit. Okay. Let's check back in on the beef with Billy Carson and Sarah Sue and Sally. All right, ain't nothing happening. All right, so who is Dr. York, right? Who is Dr. York? Okay. You got the young elder. This is Dr. York. I don't hear nothing. What's going on here? Well, let's see. What do you got, brother? Is he back on Silly Belly?
The sacred understanding of glyphs is something that must be taught from mouth to ear, from the priest to the student. There is no decipherment by way of alphabetical to a picture graph. I didn't went over that, and I'm sorry if you fail to understand that. And that's why you probably didn't get your goddamn driver's license, because when you went there, goddamn it had signs. There's not an alphabetical letter that you could put on a symbol to determine the meaning. I don't understand why you have not come to that understanding. You see? Yeah. But let's deal with this. Let's deal with this. Let's deal with this. Now you're not gonna hear this nowhere else. Yeah. Let's talk about that. Sham Pelion, not sham. SHAM. POLLIO. Sham Pelion. Okay. Now, listen to this. Now, Herodotus, hear me out. Herodotus went to Egypt.
All right, we'll come back to that. Okay. But you see the Anunnaki said Dr. York all over it. Okay. Let's watch some shorts.
What about the Bermuda Triangle? The Bermuda Triangle is a magnetic force down planet-wise as it does up. Most of the extraterrestrials will come from this side of the black hole. Their machines, what do you mean the black hole? Let me think what third time you're smart with me. Let me move slow. Okay. Their ships, right, run off electricity, as we know, electrical energy. So they pull over the Bermuda Triangle and so the other planets in order to recharge themselves. American ships, they're earthborne craft, they run off fuel. They're still in the Piscean air, the water air. They have an oil age, which is the electrical energy. They're still driving their ships off fuel and driving their cars off fuel, but they all will catch up soon enough.
Remember, once you get past the number 9, you no longer have numbers, you have composites. That means you have a combination of a 1 and a 3. You follow what I'm saying? There's no such thing as the number 10, 11, 12, 1. That don't exist. When you get past 9 is the highest number. You follow in confidence. Then you go, and even computers using a 1, that's using the 9, but using a 0 and a 1. Together creates the number 9, is giving them binary figures anyway. So 13 was created as bad by demons, which is sad because 13, according to Christianity, is a good number. Because you have.
You know right from wrong, wrong can't get you. Right. Once you know right knowledge from wrong knowledge, no one can teach you wrong knowledge anymore.
And we got more teachings of Dr. York.
Anu is a man. You follow? I saw him myself in flesh. What you're caught up with is time lapse. And here's what I get caught up on with time lapse and people who were born in this country and were once Christians. Anu is a man.
We come home.
Accept the pain. Smile at the pain. Embrace.
Okay. So we kind of getting an understanding of where these guys got their knowledge. You know what I mean? God's aliens and the universe. Why they keep throwing up Masonic hand signs.
Jesus had wives and children. The wedding in Cana, that was his wedding. Umar Johnson's a brilliant brother, the school thing is good, but the thing with the school thing is this, yeah? What language are you going to teach the children? Hitler was a part of the Third Reich. Germany actually lost the war, but the Third Reich won the war.
Where did Yanun get this knowledge from? Do you know about the jinn? And if so, how?
How do you take 20,000 children in the middle of New York City without anybody seeing?
No, we ain't gonna do all that. Okay, we got humans living in water. Let's see.
Form of mammal that has an egg inside, and the baby is developed in a liquid substance. So, thus, the baby is breathing with gills and does not inherit its lungs until it comes. And sometimes in the hospital, they have to pump water out of the baby's lungs, showing that just like the movie, what's it called? The Abyss, that the lungs are full of water until it. So there's a transformation or a metamorphosis from a sea creature with gills to a land creature with lungs within that period. You follow? The frightening part about it is that when we go back to religious doctrine, especially Western world religion, form of mammal.
Dr. Malachi Z. York, a master teacher, played a significant role in our journey toward intelligence and awakening. Through his teachings and the dissemination of his tapes, he aimed to stimulate people's imaginations and demonstrate the existence of the beings he spoke about. According to him,
So, you know, Dr. York went on to create the Nuwapian Nation, right? But you see, I ain't got the hand on the chest, right? So when you big up Dr. York was a Freemason. But when you listen to B. Dale and Billy Carson, and they talk about secret societies and, you know, the people trying to run the world and change the narrative, you dig? You got Malachi York right there with her.
Without giving of the what? No. I breathed into man a breath of life, and man became a living. You don't want to be a soul. You want to be a body. You want to adorn the body. In other words, you want to take the inspired, and nature, it doesn't mean a white deer running across your yard or something that was special when you fell.
So I think we see all we need to see with Dr. York right here, right? You see he got the L at the end. He got the 33rd. He got the 720, right? Got the Rosicrucian looking rose on there. Got the Islamic Brotherhood, and not the G on this compass and square, but you got the Masonic. You got the Islam writing, like Arabic or what they write in Islam, Arabic, Islamic, whatever. Right, but see, let's bring up some of the guys. Right, you got the kid Black Magic. Biggest secret about UFOs, you got aliens with afros. Right. No more mirror magic on this platform. Brother Rich Black Magic.
So it touched my Pluto degree yesterday. Now I was born in 65, so the fact that the sun would touch it on this day while I am it's qualities of character. There you go. Yeah.
whenever it's time for me to bring all them generations of blood, sweat, and tears that ride with me.
So I don't necessarily know what they was doing out there, but right. So let me make sure this the kid I'm thinking about. Yeah, this the kid.
Hi, we're Visible. We're the wireless company with nothing.
Right. So this, this is one of those kind of new age. He get into this. See, my man got the black fades on, but if you look at some of his videos, Carson the Dogon. Hold on, let's go to the videos. They talk about the chakras. I can do magic. Right, see dude doing the Freemasonic sign of Osiris. Right, you see B-Dale. B-Dale was on there. Okay. Rod Hayes. Right, Rod Hayes is another one of these dudes. That's in this Raelism. We're about to get into that in a minute. You got Billy Carson. Okay, old Billy. You got Dr. Phil Valentine. Right? Holy Dragon of the Cosmos. Okay? You got the Red Pill Boys, Blue Pill Boys. Truth about mermaids, Anunnaki, and ancient myth. See, this is all of these guys, right? You got Yaki awaiting. Look at the hand sign on Yaki awaiting. Yaki awakened. Got the Freemason hand sign. And in the picture next to it, they got their socks on. Rod Hayes. So just get familiar with some of these names. Duke of Sears. Right. Red Pill, Blue Pill, they rapping. Dr. Phil Valentine. Did Dr. Phil Valentine come out as gay? Let's see. Dr. Phil Valentine. Did you come out as gay? Oh, Lord, you can't even get. You can't even get Dr. Phil Valentine without Dr. Phil. The cyborg dude, that was funny. Yeah, I thought I heard Dr. Phil Valentine. You see, he throwing up the mudra. And Dr. Phil got the top hat on. Whoa. Well, we'll get back into Phil Valentine. Let's see. The brother Crumb, he did some good reptilian videos. Let's see. We might have to scroll on down. Scroll on down. Yeah, you see the brother with the fez on. Lucifer is God. Okay, let's spin the bin on that right quick. Lucifer is God. Spin the bin.
Just stay asleep. I don't care no more. Stay asleep.
So who we got on here? Yahweh Ben Yahweh. We got Noble Drew Ali. We got Elijah Muhammad. And a guy in a wig.
Crumb TV.
For the next couple days, I'm gonna drop the information on y'all. Do with it what you want to do with it. I don't give a fuck. Just like Brother Crom said, shouts out to Crom TV, by the way. Just like Crom said, I'm through trying to wake niggas up. Like I'm down trying to wake anybody up. Just stay asleep. I don't care no more. Stay asleep. But for those of y'all who tuned in, for those of y'all who are tapped in, I challenge anybody to prove me wrong. If y'all want to call it, they get woke. And the first thing that go out the window is religion. But with the religion, they throw the Bible away. They throwing the baby out with the bathwater. Because the Bible ain't religion. The Bible is not religion. And a lot of y'all so brainwashed dealing with the tribes of Yaqub that you don't deal with the tribes of his uncle. How did you miss the fact that the Bible talks about birthright and the Bible talks about national? There's another dimension coming into existence. I rock with all religions. I give honor to all the prophets of God, all of them. I make no distinction between the religious ideology of the Most High. The Most High had to talk to us in various.
And that's one thing, it just seemed like it's everything but Africa. It trips me out. Right?
Languages to communicate what the idea was. So the people live on social media, they live their life on social media. I thought Jesus was God. No, Jesus told you when he was talking to the Pharisees and the Sadducees, right? He told you then, I am a man that's telling y'all the truth, but y'all seek to kill me. You think they started with Jay-Z? Evil seen, Pharisee. Do what you do is the
Okay, dude is talking. Okay, we got a nature boy.
Peace, family. This your boy Young Pharaoh, and you are now watching Crumb TV.
This is Danielle, LOLJK, and you're now watching Crumb TV.
Hey, this is Reggae Boy, and I'm watching Crumb TV.
Watching Crumb TV?
I just want to say, and what you're saying is true. By the way, I agree. What I'm saying is, that woman is a portal. She's a portal. She doesn't have a choice. It's nature that does that. So you allowed it to come.
Okay, they had a debate. Damn, yeah. Had a debate. Got Dirty Moors. Okay. I'm trying to find the reptilian. Got Dr. York. Masons and Moors. 5% Nation, Zulu Nation. And see, that's the thing about the African Bambaataa shit, right? He was heavily associated with the Circle 7 and all that. I'm looking for the reptilian. Breaking the Masonic code. Okay, we are the reptilians.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stay tuned as we attempt to commune with the devil.
To gleek. It's called gleeking. We are the reptilians, part 3. Why are we reptilians, the melanated people? Because y'all talk so much crap about reptilians, but you are cold-blooded exactly like a reptilian. So you'd be like, Crumb, you're cold-blooded. You require a tropical atmosphere exactly like a reptilian. Thin membrane that lines in the inside of eggshells and helps embryonic reptiles and birds draw oxygen of a baby still inside the choroid. System set in place so that the date every single apoptic body formation to where it breaks down, and then lysis of apoptic, because there's more. Here you're going to see how a baby's hand is formed. And as you can see, these are pictures of a person, Zambezi reporters. Naturally blue-eyed person. That's a genetic defect. Oh, my baby's so beautiful because they got you. Crumb. Some of our brothers and sisters are born with blue eyes. That's right. So here's info on him. He was born June 16th, 1971 in Brooklyn, New York. El, which is Hebrew, is a derogatory name given to the bronze serpent on a pole, first described in the book of Numbers, which God told Moses to erect the serpent. God told Moses to erect so that the Israelites who saw it would be protected from dying from the bites of the fiery serpent. You'd be like, Crumb, that's not a cross. Well, here's a better picture of the serpent on a cross. Now, is it on a cross? Yeah, Crumb, I can see it's on a cross. Thank you. So now, let me delete this again so I can focus your attention. Holy Ghost, that's a homosexual. I'm talking about the spirits of my ancestors. In the name of my great-great-grandmother, as Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so must the Son of Man be lifted up. Amen? Amen. As the serpent, as the reptilian, it was lifted up.
And see how Asclepius, the pagan god of healing, right? But we saw that the pagan was like Bidel said, the associated with the Babylonian and the Middle Eastern bullshit.
The Son of Man must be lifted up. And much people of Israel died. A lot of them died. Therefore, the people came to Moses and said, we have sinned, and we have spoken against the Lord and against thee. Talking about Moses. Again, if you go to the hospital, doctor, I've been bit by a snake. These people in the church, they don't understand God had sent. This wasn't a serpent that the devil sent. Oh, you talking about the serpent like the serpent in the Garden of Eden? The Garden of Eden was God's domain. Who do you think put that serpent there? The devil? No, God put the serpent there because Jesus is a reptilian. Surprise. Well, family, if you
Okay, let's see if we can find what we came to see. Let's go to videos. Wait, while we at it, let's see that is the beef cooking back on Billy Carson ass. Well, they still talking about the meta to netta.
Is it true that Sunny D's new vodka seltzer?
So listen to me. Understand that Coptic do not come into existence till 400 AD. Here we go now. Here we go now. I'm going to set y'all ass on fire right now. Here we go. And you know what, and remember where you heard it from. Okay. You can go into the Bible and find the word Ramesses, right? But the Bible is supposed to be in the BC period. You see, you know, this is supposed to be, you know, during, you know, you hear Ramesses, the city of Ramesses during the time of Joseph. You even hear the city of Ramesses with Moses, and that they built the cities of Pithom and Ramesses, and Moses is supposed to be, you know, around 1200 BC, and then you got Joseph, who is even earlier than Moses. How in the fuck can you find Ramesses in the Bible at 1200 BC? How can you find Ramesses supposedly at the time of Joseph, which is even older than Moses? How can you, when we just identified that Ra and Mes is Coptic, and Coptic don't come into existence to 400 AD? Explain me that.
Said to get into it. But let's get back on this reptilian tip, right? Let's get back on the reptilian tip. Oh, what happened to my video? Wait a minute. They're trying to keep me from it. All right, where were we? The good, the bad, and the ugly. The Akashic Records. Well, we talked about the Akashic Records. Okay, We Are the Reptilians Part 2. Then we got The Black Woman is God. Okay. Who is the devil sat in the death code? Magic, the power of words. This is interesting. Let's see. Why are they doing this? I ain't skip it. Don't dip it.
Book. All right. So this is why I drink my urine. All right. So first, we have to understand the lies, because your doctor's a liar. I've been told you that, but you keep going to him and her, and you keep letting them lie to you. So now, what is urine? Follow me now. What is urine?
Hold on, I ain't know we had people in the building. You know we gotta shout out the family. Okay? We got the good book. What did Dr. York do for us to free him? Peace to Uncle. Peace to you, Book of Gabriel. Right? My house is your house. Right? But yeah, he said, what did Dr. York do for us to free him? It's interesting. Marathon all the Encore videos, Real Life Morphin. Shout out to my man. Y'all go subscribe to Book of Gabriel. Hit the membership when you get over there too, family. Shout out to Gnostic Chef. Right? The good Book of Gabriel said, how's it going, Chef? Okay, let's see what the family talking about. They say York didn't claim Africa because they believe the whole planet is theirs. That's deep. We got the good book. He also said Luciferianism, which is the worship of self. The worship of self. So let's get back. We working our way to Raelism. Let's go. Just walk with me.
Urine is plasma ultrafiltrate. Plasma ultrafiltrate. If you watch my last video called Anemia, Fuck Your Doctor, then you will know that I broke down what blood is. But all you needed was 5 dandelions to get your red blood cell count back up. Urine is ultraplasmic filtrate. So now you're peeing out water, and the water has been filtered by the kidneys, and it has, because, oh, well, your kidneys, your pee is waste. Your pee is not waste. Your pee is vitamins, nutrients, minerals, iron, all the good things that were extra. Whatever comes out that you crap out, that's the crap you don't need. So now your iron, let's say you ate too much iron, you're going to pee that out. But let's say your ass is eating Dunkin' fucking donuts. You're going to shit that out because you're eating shit. Because your vitamins, because your pee is for things in your body that were good, yes, but it was extra. It was extra, so your body didn't need it. So now, stuck on stupid. Keep it moving, keep it moving. So now, your pee smells like ammonia because ammonia is excess nitrogen that your body can't break down. Why can't your body break it?
Okay, that was deep. You know, maybe it was alive. Let's see if we can find a reptilian live. Okay, we got Jesus
showing you Yeshua or Joshua, Jesus of Nazareth, Barabbas. This is Bar Jesus.
Word with us, help us all tap in. And while we use meaning in Bible, and of course it's going to say New Testament because.
And to communicate, the Coptic Egyptians applied a form of their writing. So they had the metaneter, they had the hieroglyphics, and they had what's called the.
And see, that it's funny. That's what Seti was just talking about. That the meta wasn't deciphered. Right, so let's see what that.
Hammadic and Demotic form of writing. They applied the Hammadic form of writing to give the Greeks their means. I'm somebody's son. You're somebody's son, right?
Right.
These
European people. So that was the Roman name. That whole Yeshua thing.
All right, get to it.
Google fucking sucks.
Therefore, the Lord knew how the Pharisees had heard that Jesus had baptized. Are from earth,
but it's not his name because only.
Okay. Y'all can go check that out. We got Saturn the first son.
(1:30) Eastern Standard Time, and
we got the Baphomet.
I did this PowerPoint long time ago. Far away from here. Horns do look good on me.
Wait.
Yeah. With that said, a lot of people talk crap about. You are scared of Madame Blavatsky? Wow, I accept that, Marigold. Yes, horns do look good on me. Yeah.
Okay, you know, if that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Okay.
With that said,
A lot of people talk crap about Madame Blavatsky. They say she's evil, she's the devil worshiper, and maybe all of those things are true. But when you're dealing with somebody like myself, obviously, I don't care, and I'm very comfortable with evil. I'm very comfortable with the devil. Listen, family, I grew up in Section 8. You don't get more hood and hell than that. So anyway, with that said, Madame Blavatsky had wrote, oh, this thing is glitching. I see why I'm having an issue. Madame Blavatsky wrote a lot about Satan and different things like that, and a lot of our conscious so-called woke people, we're really scared of those things, which really hinder us from learning because fear is false evidence. So there is no devil, family. So stop with the spookism. But listen, keep on with the spookism. Who cares? It says the Lost Golden Age, according to Madame Blavatsky in her book ISIS Unveiled, she says occult researchers affirm that Saturn ruled the kingdom of Atlantis during the lost golden age of Virgo. This is divine feminine energy. Remember, this is Isis unveiled. And became the divine ancestor of all earthly patriarchs and kings. Saturn, like Cronus or Kronos, was regarded as the ruler of an ancient golden age. This is Satan as a lot. Satan, when Satan was in true power, we never knew a better world than we did in the golden age of Satan. Okay?
Soak it up. Soak it in. Just let that settle in.
When life was easy and peaceful, during this age, he had taught people how to harvest and enjoy a civilized way of life. Remember, Saturn, his symbol is a sickle. The symbol or the thing that Saturn always carried around was a sickle. Sickles are used to harvest wheat. Whatever you want to demonize and call him, there he is with his sickle. Because remember, this is the god time. This particular god knows no time. There is no such thing as time according to this god. So this god lives forever. That's why he doesn't take physical form, because physical a planet, but rather a dwarf star at the edge of our solar system. We can only see 5 planets with the naked eye, and Saturn is the farthest one. The naked eye can't see past Saturn.
So do y'all see this comment right here? Do you see this comment right here? With the hand sign. With the Jewish shit. Praise Satan is what it says. Get to that.
If there's something past Saturn, the average person walking down Main Street can't see it at night. The furthest the eyeballs can see in this galaxy is Saturn. That's the limits. That's the outer limits. You can't see past Saturn.
Oh, look at me trolling. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hit that like button, Satanist.
That's why I'm saying that. You can't see past Saturn with the naked.
And see, these motherfuckers didn't understand sarcasm, right? So if I had said hit the buttons, pedos, or drag people, you know what I mean? Like if I would have said anything else, it would have been offensive. But then look, dude come right behind it. Satan energy.
So follow me. No, Grum, this and this and that. Well, yeah, that's telescope talk. I'm talking ancient mythology here. So you can't talk about telescopes back when the time when there were no telescopes. Gas giants have some of the characteristics of a type of star called a brown dwarf. Stars and terrestrial planets are different, like fire and water are different. But as large as Jupiter, despite having only 30% of the mass.
So look at the comments, right? This is me trolling. I'll admit to trolling. Okay, you got me. Right? I'm trying to bring them out. I want to see who was Satanist, right? Boom, somebody come with it. Boom. Saturn, boom. So I said Satan was God's first son before Jesus and Adam, right? We're going to get him. He said, you can't see Uranus with the naked eye. Good joke. But you know me, I can't help myself. So I get straight to the meat of the crust.
Gas giants don't need the when we talk about light, y'all be sitting here talking, oh, darkness is bad, Crumb. Darkness is simply light that cannot be perceived by the eyes. The light of Saturn cannot be perceived by the eyes.
I'm trying to tell them who they talking about.
Called cosmic rays. A lot of the light from the sun cannot be perceived by the eyes. A lot of the light from humans can. In Sanskrit, Surya Yaputra means son of the sun, is the name of the planet Saturn. In Sanskrit, over in India, where Madame Blavatsky got her information, they say,
you got to listen closely.
They Surya Yaputra, meaning the son of the sun, referring to Saturn. The medieval alchemists called Saturn the best sun. So stay woke. Okay. Stars. Can somebody, because you know, I gotta do my numerology thing and throw the numbers in here.
See, this how that Islamic
we're gonna start with 0, not 1. 0 is not a.
This how the Islamic shit coming to it, right? Ishtar, Ishmael, right?
If this is your first time, it explains why many of the extrasolar planets orbit their star extremely closely. You did the job. Let me just, let's keep going. So now with that, I did a video on that other book. The book he did, the first one, Saturn Death Cult, bruh. I did a video on the Saturn Death Cult. That joint is heavy mental. That joint slap. The dude who brought you Saturn Death Cult was the same dude who brought you the Purple Dawn of Creation, Stratum D. McLaughlin. Yeah, that joint slap, family. I'm not playing with nobody. Anyway, that's the source material. Just Crumb, you just be making up. No, I whatever. So absolutely. I'm gonna press 111. I've seen Purple Twilights. Crumb, you guys. No, what light? What do you mean? Only red. Okay. Egyptian Eye of Ra decoded. In the Eye of Ra, the actual pupil, the eye part, that's Saturn. In the Eye of Ra, the actual pupil part, that's Saturn. Our sun has a corona. Matter of fact, here, let me just tap all the way in. Does the sun have a corona? So from the beginning, in the very beginning, where the jinn, this is where you really get Genesis from. From the jinn. So from the beginning, in the very beginning, where the jinn, this is where you really get Genesis from. From the jinn. Iblis, who you call Satan, who is called Shaitan, said he will not bow to man who is made of mud, dirt, dust, clay, whatever you want to call it. God said, why will you not bow to him? The devil said, because I'm made of fire. Fine, you're made of fire. But remember, another aspect of fire is electricity.
Your son deal with fire.
I
think we're at 333. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, we already did 222. Press 333 if you remember that girl that was 6 likes. What's 59 minutes and 20 and 30 seconds. In the next 30 seconds, if we can actually get to 100 saying stuff, I want source material. If I was Crumb, that video, I did a video. Oh, come on. The Sun versus Saturn, Crumb TV. If they tap in with this person, but I did a video as well, and I want to find it, but obviously it's not there. His son killed him. So I can kind of see that in a certain type of way, but gave him a stone and said, "This is your 12th son, Zeus."
Let's see, this is look, motherfuckers, like I love this, right? Cause see, this is the thing, like, I was a subscriber, you know what I mean? But I didn't know motherfuckers was, comfortable with Satan worship. And in Satan worship, you clearly see him eating something, right? And this is where those pedo rings, those, no Diddy, those Diddy rings and Epstein rings, this is what they practice.
Zeus or Jupiter. Remember, the word Jupiter is Jew and Peter. What does Peter mean? Where's my Jupiter? Jupiter. Where's my Jeopardy music? Where's my probably N shouldn't be in there. It should just be European mythology. European mythology brings the identification of Uranus, the sky. Because Set, he was fighting Set, his uncle, who's the canine. So this is why you're going to see Jesus. Well, Jesus don't fight no canine, Crumb. Yeah, Jesus people, they do fight the canines. Just like Horus fought his uncle Set, Jesus and them fight the Canaanites.
You see, won't nobody respond to me in the comments.
Listen. Your imagination, ton for your hack, blackpowerconspiracy.com.
See, look, did you catch that? Listen.
Be linking Canaanites to dogs. That's your imagination, ton for your hack, blackpowerconspiracy.com.
I'll take it.
That's not a reach. Go Christians, go read your Bible. Anyway, we can get into Amen as well. We can get into Amen. On cold reading my mind. Y'all don't want to get into Amen because we still gonna get deep, church. Let the church say I'm bitch, respectfully, is a female goddess. I'm sorry, Satan is the cross of Peter. Press 666 if you didn't know that the upside down cross, which is the cross of Satan, is the cross of constellation. Y'all better tap it.
So wait, did you catch that?
Horned goat ruler over the Capricorn constellation. Y'all better tap it.
Hold on.
Horned goat ruler.
So I told y'all about the bull god El, right? So for all y'all Canaanites out there, whether troglodyte or melanated, you worshiping Satan if you were Canaanite. But the Canaanite supposed to be God's people, right? You got the horned goat, Aries, the ram, right? So whenever you see motherfuckers on this Kundalini, whenever you see niggas on this more star shit, Islamic crescent moon shit, like I say, this ain't me. You got scholars out here teaching this.
Over the Capricorn constellation. Y'all better tap it. According to bustle.com, in an article titled All About Saturn, Capricorn's ruling planet, they write, if you hadn't already guessed, Capricorn's ruling planet is Saturn. Hit the like button that first hour. This second hour, I'm just going to read. Who took Jesus to a high mountain and offered him rule over all the kingdoms of the world. Mount Goat.
You know that's what I do, good man.
You can see in these depictions, goats do love to be on mountains. Goats do like to be on the ledge. Goats do know the ledge.
Okay, that was interesting.
There's others. This is just sometimes it's just too long. But anyone who has taken the dollar challenge, I want to just acknowledge you and
let's keep
make this time. Take a moment.
I don't know. Billy watch. Oh, do we got Billy?
If you really want to be a CEO, want to be an entrepreneur,
Billy. Oh, we got Billy. We back at it.
A consensus that Egypt come out of Nubia, and that you can see the development of Egypt coming, and you can see how how the kings is coming from the south. You see coming from in a sequence. It ain't like they coming from a land. No, they coming up from up the Nile, down the Nile into Egypt. You see, it's a fact. They done found all type of burials and from upper Nile where you can see that the correlation is almost exact to the tombs in Egypt, early Egypt, pre-dynastic Egypt. And they've even said that Nubia predates it as far as rulership, that Nubia had come into divine kingship almost 800 years before Egypt. Almost 400 years before Egypt. See, this is what he's doing. See, he's doing no different than any white theosophists would do. See, they are trying. See, the thing is, white people have no historical reference to claim Egypt. They have none. They done. They can lie all day. You see, that shit don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. You done lost that. Okay? And so, because he cannot accept the fact that Africans created ancient Egypt, he is willing to accept alien origin. You see, an alien origin, from outer space, spacemen that come down here and give man the knowledge. And see, so this is what Billy Carson is doing. This is what he's doing for white people. I even heard what a nigga said that, see, and I heard the way he said it. People talking about hating. I'm gonna tell you what he say, when he started talking about how the noses and shit got knocked off the statues. You see, and he said on the streets, I heard him and I'm gonna play that. On the streets, it's believed that white people knock the noses off the statues and all of that. And he said that's not true. He says that's not true. That Akhenaten did that. You see, that Akhenaten was the one that knocked the noses and went on there. And all I can tell you is go get the goddamn book, The Rape of the Nile. This nigga right here, man, we cannot accept this. This ain't no motherfucker. Whoever put that garbage, nigga, use a trick to your race. You see what I'm saying? Because any man that would sit up there and try to wash away the destruction, and you could see all the goddamn statues, all the one goddamn museum, the British Museum, got over damn near 50 million pieces from ancient Egypt. One from the smallest to the largest, they have over 50 million. They have been raping the Nile that go for France, Germany, Russia, all them goddamn European nations have been in there pillaging. Was the one responsible for knocking the noses off and going on the wall. And you can go over there right now, and these sick Cro-Magnon Neanderthals, Asians too, have scribbled their names and defaced the pyramids and the temples, graffiti and shit in every goddamn way. And so the act is if they have not, you understand, pillage Africa, man. And for you to come in there and say, oh, no, they didn't do that. Nigga, shut up. Shut up. Just shut up. You was talking about you reading all these goddamn books. Go read The Rape of the Nile by Brian Fagan. And you can see all the pillaging from Belzoni, from goddamn, what's that motherfucker name? Flinders Petrie, you see all of them, them some of the biggest names, Flinders Petrie and a lot more. Okay, and so you gonna sit in here and try to clean their hands, and their hands cannot be clean because their own people have documented the pillaging. You see, they didn't. You got the Mahmoud, the Arab that blew the hole in the goddamn pyramid. They went to Saqqara, to the pyramid of Saqqara. They had to, they had to renovate the pyramid of Saqqara because they had took so many stones off the side. Now they didn't renovate it, but it was the Arabs that went in there and pulled all them blocks out of there, so that they could go build other, mosques and other buildings in Cairo. Okay. Don't play here, come in here and play no games with us. We know our history, fool. You talking about somebody hating, nigga. Yeah, nigga, we know the truth. And it's hard for niggas that's living in a glass house to accept when a nigga show up with a bag of rocks and shit ready to throw. You know what I'm saying? On these lies that y'all got, up here for the people to be fooled and to love the people into some fanciful fairy tales and shit and take their mind away from the truth of their own historical origins. He don't see Egypt as a part of his own racial connection. He don't see that. You understand? If it ain't in your heart and in your mind, then it ain't there then. I can accept that. But nigga, you're not going to get away with defaming our ancestors and taking our origin. You know different than.
So this is why I'm doing this. I showed you some other scholars, B. Dale, Crum, Malachi York. These are all guys that agree with one another on the Anunnaki reptilian shit. You got the General Sarwar student SETI saying them niggas is crazy. Who you got?
Listen to him. He's trying to explain Egypt by way of Sumeria. That's all and I'm going to tell y'all how and why they do that. You understand what I'm saying? Now, before Egypt, before any type of, Egyptologists and digging in Egypt, they was over there in Iraq. They was over there in Iraq, in Iran, and they was trying to literally prove the Bible. So they was looking for Mesopotamia. They was looking for Sumer. They were looking for Chaldean and all these other cities over there. And all they was finding was mud mounds. You see, mud mounds. It's impossible to explain Egypt by way of Sumeria because they never built in anything other than mud brick. Them ziggurats are mud brick. They never showed any type of sophistication in stone. But you keep telling me, Billy Carson, that the Anunnaki, which is evidently of Sumerian lore, the Anu and his son Enlil, Enki, and you understand the three major gods, or what we call the Anunnaki, that's Sumerian. But you keep trying, and he said, I heard him saying, I'm gonna bring something else up, that the Anunnaki created Atlantis. You see, and so he keeps saying Thoth, the Atlantean, you see, and so by that way, he's still in the legacy of our ancestors and giving it to some goddamn spacemen. And you understand what I'm saying? Some motherfuckers from the Palladian star system. I know what I'm talking about. I'm not here to play no games with none of you niggas. Now, some of you niggas is on flying carpets, and you see what I'm saying? You the silver niggas on the Silver Surfer and shit and this, that, and the third. I know you niggas. Y'all out there rubbing the genie lamp and all this shit. I know you. You're not gonna get away with that with me. Just thinking let live and let know. If we gonna put that shit on the firing, you know, we got to put it on the firing line, and we got to see if it can make it through. We got to see if it can make it through. That's only right. When we hand our babies the truth, we got to know that it's going to stand up. You understand? When we give it to them, that it's going to stand the test of time. Okay? And so he's always trying to explain Egypt by way of Samaria. I've even heard, matter of fact, wait a minute. Let me hear this one more time.
He calls himself an Atlantean priest king.
He says he calls himself, where he say that at? I ain't never seen, even from the Medunetta speakers, where they say I don't hear Thoth, but even Tahuti, that Tahuti was an Atlantean. I just never heard that.
He ruled over the land of Kemet before it was called Egypt for 16,000 years.
16,000 years. He ruled for 60, but that's a long goddamn time. If he ruled for 16,000 years, it should be a whole lot of evidence from that goddamn rule. You see what I'm saying? I mean, for 16,000 years, it should be a whole lot of motherfuckers. How did you get, you got to ask him, how the fuck did you get the knowledge of that? You see what I'm saying? Where did you get it from? You know, 16,000 years, I mean, that's a lot of time to produce evidence of your rule. You see, that's a lot of time. Okay, so where's the, show me the money, show me the facts of where he got that. He never say, wait a minute, hold on.
And according to the ancient Egyptians, not according to Billy Carson, his tablet talks about the flood waters are receding, another record of the Great Flood.
This flood. And so we just went over the fact that the Emerald Tablets was created in 1930. They don't even, they trying to say that it's locked away in the motherfucking Vatican City, the Vatican Church. You understand what I'm saying? It's locked away and shit and this, that, and the third. And so that way, you know, you ain't got access to, but how did you get it? How did, you know, by way did you get the information? You know, but understand is that the first time that the Emerald Tablet of Thoth, the Atlantean, was ever heard of was by Maurice Doreal, who wrote that book in 1930, okay? In 1930. And this crazy thing about it, that even he had chapters in that book. One of the chapters was the Hall of Amenti, and I see that's one of Billy Carson's lectures. You know, so he actually then went into that and he believed it, so he's just going behind and clearly that Maurice Doreal was a cult leader. That's what it said. And so, and another thing, what did he say? He even said something that he went to Mount Shasna, and that some Atlanteans took him down into the inner earth, and that's the same thing that Billy Carson is now saying, that he's been kidnapped. You hearing? Yeah, he says that he's been kidnapped. Now, I say, well, goddamn, they didn't keep you. You made it back. How you do? You escaped with one of these spaceships, nigga? How you get back? Or did they call you one of them goddamn Palladian Ubers and shit, and they flew you back on one of them goddamn Palladian Ubers and dropped you off at your house? How you get back home, nigga? You understand what I'm saying? And how do you could breathe out in outer space? What they gave you? They had you with one of them helmets on your head. How you breathe out there, man? You see? Yeah, we got to deal. Listen to this.
This record of actually the Great Flood, and the temples are coming back up out of the mud.
How
and
the sound out there, family? How the sound? Let me know how it sound out there.
To the land of
Oh,
Shem
Brother
and
Rich.
rebuild civilization. Now here's what's interesting. In the tablets, he says, so we went into the great ship of the master. Now you think he's going to sail out in the ocean. He goes, upward we rose into the morning. Upward we rose into the sky till the planet disappeared. Now he says, I'm a son of Atlantis. I'm here to rebuild your civilization to a high level. So they begin to rebuild civilization. So this guy then goes around teaching chemistry.
You see that? Maybe he didn't put that
the
in
land
there
of chem comes
himself.
from, and alchemy, as well as many languages and other higher levels of thought and consciousness. And the words here that he wrote are extremely similar to the words of Jesus. He calls himself an Atlantean.
Okay. So I'm about to, let me get this one out of here. I got another one I want to put up here. We're going to listen to this now. Wait a minute, let's listen to this, man. It's which one is good? Any one of these is good. Any one of these is good. Let's talk. You know, and I could. Here we go.
That's a great question. You see, when you look into a lot of these ancient.
Wait a minute. Here we go. Let's see what he said.
Anunnaki. Now that's a great question. Was Akhenaten Anunnaki? Now that's a great question. You see, when you look into a lot of these ancient Egyptian texts, you discover a lot of stuff about these people, especially when you look in there and you look into the ancient texts, you begin to realize that that after the Great Flood, kingship was handed down from the Sumerian kings list, which is located in the Ashmolean Museum in Oxford, England. I've been there in person and taken a picture of it myself. But after the Great Flood, they decided to hand kingship down to a liaison between them and the general population of humans. They were called pharaohs, aka kings. And to keep the bloodline established and to have that communication with a person that they felt that they could trust, that pharaoh would have to be half human and half Anunnaki, or what they call in Greek, demigods. And so they would mate with a human woman or impregnate her through in vitro fertilization so that she would have their seed, and that person would be.
Okay. So he's saying that the pharaohs is the seed of the Anunnakis. Yeah, he's saying that the goddamn the pharaohs is the seeds of the Anunnakis. Man, I say, boy, you is the new Malachi Z. York. That's what he is. He's using it. If you go see all the books, now the fact is that still the story existed before Dr. York. Okay, he was not Stitching, all of them, Ron L. Hubbard, all of them types was already, bringing that type of, extraterrestrial type of mythology, the Star Trek, the Star Wars, Lost in Space. This shit already been here now. This already been here. So neither one of them are bringing nothing but Malachi Z. York was the first one that manifested it on a black interpretation, even though he still have crazy looking white peoples in the story. He didn't too much change it too much. You see, even I seen one picture where the Palladian had his hand up, and that's the same way Malachi Z. York had his hand up with the little star shining, and he took right from the Palladian, motherfucker. I say, man, y'all niggas is tripping. Y'all tripping. You see what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get away with that. We know what this is. You cannot see. The thing is, see, on one end they telling you God don't exist, but you ain't got no more goddamn access to the Anunnaki than you got to God, and you know that to be true. And that's why they say that we, you know, he says we are an abandoned seed colony. That we've been abandoned, meaning they not coming back. So if you ask for proof, you ain't gonna get it. We're an abandoned seed colony, and we look just like the Anunnaki. And these show that they are of all different races. And so that way, see, then now the Cro-Magnon Neanderthal got an origin. He really don't got no origin. You know, but now, see, that's what the Bible, but he lost the Bible because the fact is, we could prove that geographically all them areas that he talking about, yeah. What's going on? What was you saying, Mike? What was you saying? Let me see what you said. What was your question, Mike?
Here we go.
Put it back in there for me. Put it back in there for me.
My TV. Take your home.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that brother came in there with that. He came in there hard on me, like, yeah, yeah.
Mike JB, you know he be going that Umar Johnson.
Well, you know what, well, of course, you know what I think about that. Of course, of course, you know what I think about that. I mean, and you're right. Even to this day, our peoples is still selling out our brothers, and it hasn't changed. But that does not exclude the fact that we got to move on. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, we got to move on regardless of that. We have to identify the traitors, like all races have traitors. We ain't the only one that have traitors in our race. All races have traitors, and they deal with them accordingly. And so we just got to get, we got to get some rules and strategies on how we deal with them, just like anybody else. And so, yes, we do have segments of, and maybe you might want to cut them from the tree. You know what I'm saying? We got to quit saying, what do we think about other, because after you do some whole ass shit like that, I don't even qualify you again to be on the team. You're not on the team. You own some other shit. You own your own, you own your own, personal, I guess in nationalism that don't require you to respect other Africans. Or don't even look at yourself as African. That's what we have to reinterpret this what we call Pan-Africanism, and it got to be for those who actually want to practice it. There's a lot of motherfuckers out here that don't want to practice it, and we think that they're African, but in they practices, they not African. They for themselves, they for their own personal tribe. But they don't see any great brotherhood, sisterhood with nations of other African people. They just don't see it. And to our dismay, we have been thinking this for a long time, that all African people would like to join in, this grandiose idea, and it's just not true. It's just not true. And so that's to our own, yeah.
Okay, well,
Since founding the Raelian movement in 1974, Rael has promoted sensual meditation, a practice meant to liberate sexual expression among his followers. This was the most controversial aspect of the cult of Claude Vorilhon, the self-proclaimed Rael, or the last messenger of God, who he claims are aliens called the Elohim. Netflix released a docuseries on this man who claims to be a visionary but is nothing more than a cult.
Okay, so this is where this shit come from. We'll get back to Billy in a second.
Influence for sexual pursuits. In fact, he has even asked his followers to caress his children, and I don't even know where to begin with the practices of this cult. So in this video, we will explore the 4-episode Netflix show and intricately dissect Rael's life and the doctrines of his so-called religion. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support it.
All right, let's get back to Billy.
I can identify with that. You know, like I said, some things I can't identify with. But this brother nigga Billy Carson, he just don't want to connect to the motherland like that. He wants to be in this, one for all for one fantasy world. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he's doing. Okay, that's what he's doing. But I'm on his ass now, and if at any point in time he would like to sit down with me, I'd be highly respectful of his presence. I won't do him like that. And if he want to sit down and let's meet this halfway and let's talk about some of these ideals that he's espousing, I would be more than happy to sit down with him and let's see what the truth really is. Can that truth that he's teaching, can it really stand up to real scrutiny and scholarship and research? Let's find out. Billy Carson, give me a hit and let me know if you want to have that. We'll break the motherfucking internet. You see, I don't know if you'll come back from it, but it might be good for you. You feel me? All right. Family, what time is it? It's 1:30. I ain't gonna go no further. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. Hit the general up. Support.
So what this Billy Carson shit is Raelism, right? It's the alien. It's the alien motherfucker. All right. Look at this fool. All right. You see the truth about Rael, the prophet, and the space aliens.
Vorilhon used to be a sports writer, one of the many following the motor racing circuit around Europe. But then, 8 years ago, something happened. Something that would change his life forever.
I was in this volcanic crater in the central plain in France, and I saw this light in the sky, a brilliant, blinding light. Then there was this machine, silver and shaped like a bell with a convex bottom. It came down very slowly and stopped about 30 meters from me. At the time, I thought it must be a flying saucer, the kind we read about in the newspapers, and that it would leave the same way that it appeared. And I thought that I would just tell my journalist friends about it, and they wouldn't believe me and just laugh at me. But then a trap door opened at the bottom, and I saw 2 feet, and then 2 legs, and then a small man, about 1.40 meters, came out slowly and walked towards me. That was the most intense moment.
These drawings by a Raelian artist illustrate this strange story. The ship was manned by the Elohim, a race from a distant planet who, as part of an exotic experiment, had created mankind in its own image millions of years ago. The creature went on to say that he was Vorilhon's true father and gave him a new name, Rael, the messenger. Est-ce qu'il vous donnait? Did they give you a mission to accomplish in the world?
Yes, the mission is the one that I'm doing now. That is, to bring revelation, to bring light to all men who used to believe either that they were created by a material God, or else that life was born by chance from a drop of water. Then the fish came, monkeys, and finally man. But in fact, we are created by people like us. We were created in the laboratory by genetic manipulation, just as we're able to do now. My mission in life is to build an embassy where we'll be able to welcome them, where there will be diplomatic immunity, where we'll be able to greet them on Earth.
I'm told that you're the half-brother of Jesus Christ. Is that true?
Yes, that's true.
But how can that be?
Well, we have the same father, because Jesus was the son of an extraterrestrial and a woman from Earth. And about 35 years ago, they chose a woman on Earth, and with her, they had a child. And I'm that child, today.
There's some among us now on Earth.
No, they're observing us. They're permanently observing us, but they're not among us on Earth. Not at the moment.
Well, why don't they just come down now to prove their existence?
Just imagine if they came down to any center on Earth. There would be an indescribable panic.
But what about just for our camera?
For your cameras, it'll happen in the embassy, where all of the press from the world will be invited, including you. For this will be the most important event in the history of mankind. Humanity will finally meet its creator.
So you see, this is what Billy and them is on. Right?
Hey folks, there's an eccentric young religion out there that's for free love, democracy, and scientific progress. Oh, and they believe that aliens created the human race. And that they themselves have cloned a human child. Let's meet the Raelians. Just a disclaimer in case there are little ears listening, this video has some discussions of free love and such, so if that's not something you want your kids hearing, you've been warned. If that is something you want your kids hearing, moving on. In 1974, sports car journalist and test driver Claude Verlan started a religion. From his account laid out in 2 books he wrote in the mid-70s, Verlan claims that the aliens abducted him and explained to him how the world works. But apparently not how to fix it, because have you seen 2017? These aliens, called the Elohim, were the true creators of humanity. Using advanced cloning technology, they created us in their image. When they intervened with our early species, they called themselves angels, cherubim, or gods. In different eras of human history, Claude claims the aliens enlightened Jesus, the Buddha, and a few others to be messengers of their time, preparing humans for when we can join them in space. Oh, he also claims he had dinner with them. The religion he founded was to spread the last message from these Elohim. Their goal is to make humanity more peaceful, democratic, and aware as they prepare to be welcomed into the interstellar community. He changed his name to Rael and founded Raelianism. Raelians are well-meaning people, despite holding some strange beliefs. Becoming a Raelian is actually pretty easy. They just ask you to formally disavow any other religion, and that's about it. Heck, I've done it twice today. The Raelian baptism entails an upload of your genes to a space computer, allowing for a digital reincarnation and immortality. They perform these baptisms on one of the 4 major holy days in the Raelian calendar. One marks the anniversary of the bombing of Hiroshima, one marks Rael's first encounter with the Elohim, one for the day he saw the Elohim starship, where he had that meal with Jesus, Buddha, and some other religious figures, and one for when aliens cloned up Adam and Eve. They do have a few controversial beliefs that will definitely make this video not advertiser-friendly. Patreon! The symbol the Raelians use is a Star of David, with a swastika in the middle. Yep, the old Nazi swirl is a prominent part of their symbology. I mean, they aren't alone. Hindus still use the symbol to this date, but I do have to say putting it in the Star of David is a bit on the nose. I actually can't think of anything more offensive to have done with it. Please leave your suggestions in the comments. Rael claims that the swastika is a symbol of peace, but that didn't stop the Israeli government from banning the Raelians from building a big alien embassy in Jerusalem. They decided to replace the swastika with a swirl, but still, no dice. The Raelians are also devout believers in free love. Sex and sexuality is actually a big part of the Raelian doctrine and has attracted some clergy from other faiths. They believe in free sexual liberation, as well as full equality for LGBT people. They practice sensual meditation and have been vocal advocates for self-love and the distribution of condoms. There was one controversial case where they handed out condoms to students at a Catholic school in Montreal. They believe that sexual pleasure is a gift from the aliens, apparently ignorant of the freaky stuff the bonobos get up to. The Raelian Church is a big fan of science. They believe that GMO crops and nanotechnology can eliminate the need to work and create a world that embraces science. The most exciting technology for them, however, is cloning. Rael founded an organization called Clonaid in 1997, and the organization advocates for the advancement of human cloning. They claimed in 2002 to have cloned a little girl named Eve, but have not provided her for any sort of authenticity. You know, for her privacy. They think that with cloning, they could bring about immortality, as well as retroactively punish suicide bombers and Hitler. Don't ask me. The latest project they've been working on is to build a big alien embassy. Their plan is to build a landing pad for the alien spacecraft in neutral territory surrounded by a large campground. There will also be a sweet pad for those alien ambassadors with a pool, a conference room, a wall, some bedrooms.
So we kind of got an idea, right?
Raelism is a religious movement founded in 1974. It promotes the belief that life on Earth was created by advanced extraterrestrial beings called the Elohim. Raelism incorporates scientific and technological advancements into its teachings and encourages its followers to pursue personal fulfillment and harmony through science, reason, and pleasure. The movement emphasizes human cloning, human rights, and the exploration of space as key components of its ideology. Raelism's rituals include UFO watching, meditation, and sensual meditation. Currently, Raelism still remains a relatively small religious movement. The core values of Raelism revolve around peace, love, respect for all forms.
And see, this is why all these alien motherfuckers so smart, right? And see, this is why a lot of black people got caught up in this shit, right?
3 cats, man. Not only did she divorce,
See, shout out King World.
get rid of the 3 cats. It was that dumbass. Make sure you smack.
His skull feels as if it will burst. Inside his head, he hears roaring sounds and high-pitched whistling. Then suddenly a sunburst floods his inner being.
Sprinkling Beetlejuice dust and shit all over the food and in the stuff that he was drinking and stuff, because hell, it ain't like he damn near lost his mind. He actually did lose his damn mind, to tell you the damn truth. Like,
I'ma just say, the people that wanted to know about Pharaoh and their whole situation behind, and Yoga behind being from West India, Pharaoh mentioned it in reference to aliens. And
so see, Pharaoh got caught up in this shit.
His 33rd vertebrae being
all that stuff. Remember, his 33rd vertebrae was touched and stuff, or they're connected to this imagery of Shiva, the goddess Kali, with her evil, wicked ass. You already know what they are part of, yo.
Of the avatars, similar to the movie that we all seen that's called Avatar.
The proper way of conducting it, ideally from a guru. Like Swami Shivananda says, if a man with a lot of impurities in the mind awakens a Kundalini energy by sheer force through asanas, pranayam, and mudras, he will break his legs and stumble down. Kundalini yoga in itself is not dangerous.
That's what happened to Pharaoh. He broke his damn legs and then fell down. And when I say that, I'm talking about his following.
They don't know.
I can agree with that. And I think that's, what's taking place with people that's just jumping into the free form stance of practicing yoga.
Master. When the mind assumes control and starts dictating, it leads to a state of insanity. However, when you are the master and the mind serves as a devoted servant, it functions as intended. it leads
Now do you see the shit that I'm talking about?
to yoga. This is how the mind
It leads to yoga.
of a yogi is. Patanjali writes, Yogaschitta vritti nirodha tada drashtu swarupeva sthanam. Translated, it means that when the mind is controlled and free from fluctuations, you become firmly established in your being. It works both ways.
That's what this person, Yogi Bhajan, that's what the hell did he said.
Is always invited, it never happens.
Damn, he said, not to all of the goddesses that's listening right now, if you into yoga, Kundalini yoga, anyway, if you have a desire to take ayahuasca, if you've taken mushrooms before, anything that's within the constructive makings of psychedelic drugs, this is the person who put all that shit out there, Yogi Bhajan. And Yogi was saying that you can't be raped and stuff like that. Just can't happen. It just can't happen. And if that is the case, then the sex cult leader, man, if that wasn't the case, he wouldn't have, a life sentence with no chance of parole and plus 10 years that's added on the back end. Now, Yogi Bhajan, his stance on rape and stuff, he didn't see anything wrong with it. And he basically wanted to, place blame on the women who had stated, that they had been raped, just like the sex cult leader and his followers, how they, their continuous claims they made, they wanted to state as if that he didn't do anything that was wrong. And the stuff what he was doing.
And then forced her to get an abortion. Pamela was the one who sued Bhajan all those years ago.
Kundalini yoga.
I do think that if people don't understand that there is a need
drift and lost without their leader, Bhajan needed to be replaced. Who better than Katie to take over?
See what I'm saying? Who better than her? You know what I'm saying? To take over. I mean, who could do it other than her? You feel me?
You try. That's it. So life is a test, and the test is to see how hard you are going.
Sitting there smiling and stuff with Pharaoh. This was back then. People was wondering who this lady was and what she was connected to. Now you see what she's connected to. The Maha Avatar, Baba G.
I'm going to try. That's it.
Yogi Bhajan.
That's it.
Kundalini yoga.
I do think that if people don't understand that there is a need for true warriorship, spiritual warriorship, and otherwise, and warriors that are aligned. I mean, the yogic traditions come from these people weren't just sitting around and meditating. These were there was a fierce kind of alignment.
No. We understand that they wouldn't just sit around and meditate, and that's why several claims have been made from
stuff. And I do want to add too that Pharaoh had this conversation with her. This was, a little minute. I'm gonna say damn near. I'm gonna say within a time span about like 3 months after this conversation. Vibration. When have you heard the word vibration? Where have you heard the word vibration at? Who are the people that mention the word vibration? Let me run it back so you can hear it. I'm trying to show you who the originators are. See, 50 was just biting off of people's blueprint.
So I think lean on each other and really find practices that help to elevate you and elevate your vibration. And so that ripples out into the world and creates great change. So that's it. Thank you.
So that's what she was saying about Guru Jagat.
While grew, celebrity followers began to speak out in support of Katie and the Rama Institute. Alicia Keys praised her when she said, quote, "After meeting Guru Jagat and becoming introduced to the technology of Kundalini Yoga, every part of me has become awakened."
Now just think, now this lady, Guru Jagat, now if she met Alicia Keys, which has been stated that she met Alicia Keys, why wouldn't she at least on her Instagram page, why wouldn't she have at least posted a picture of Alicia Keys? What does that tell you?
With Guru Jagat, but the main, person.
I know you want my attention, I'll give it to you. Stand in the tree pose there. I've finished my work. How's your sex life? Charming, sexy. Look at them. Seduce them. Is she sexy?
We were sent to a camp every summer for about 6 weeks where he would try to give us lectures on how to be a good wife or a good woman. Our only worth was either a happy husband or a happy yogi. But it was 6 weeks of berating and making sure those women were subservient.
Is she smiling?
Do you see? Look at this compound. Look where he had them stand at. You feel me?
Who else had a compound? Dr. York.
Like, this is the retreat that people was going on. And see, after the retreat,
he destroyed.
Dance of death. So who would be dealing with this stuff? Who would have an affiliation with yoga, Kundalini yoga?
Look at the snake, right? Look at the jester on one leg. Remember I told you the jester always on one leg. He got the tiger pelt. That's really like a secret society, the leper society.
The serpent, all this stuff with their chakras, ghost. This would be the leader. That's what this person is. This androgynous being.
This episode describes how Shiva became associated with the bull Nandi. One day, Sarabi, who was the original mother of all the world's cows, began to give birth to an untold number of perfectly white cows. The milk from all these cows flooded the home of Shiva, somewhere in the Himalayas. Angry at this disturbing...
Unfucking real. Do you hear me? That's why we here. And if you ain't smashed like already, man, make sure that you smash the fuck up out that like button on this exclusive edition of the premiere with us going all the way in with this Kundalini yoga, the effects of such, how sex cult leaders want to be teachers within this fake conscious ass community, how they done tried to put this shit out to y'all.
Disturbance to his meditation, the god struck the cows with fire from his third.
Oh yeah, we can go ahead and up it up right now too, and just think about Aleister Crowley, because we never can go too far away from Aleister Crowley and Aleister Crowley's influence, within this damn conscious community. And just think about, the imagery, that you just seen. Just think about that imagery in the shoulder, of the being that you seen. Now look at Aleister Crowley. You don't have to even wonder about.
See how you got the leopard pelt? That's a secret society. Got the jester sable.
How long that I've told you about the cheetah print, the leopard print, how to stray away from those things, and on how certain individuals was able to transconfigure that energy from those beings, those animals. They wanted to, on a sacrificial level, make it seem as if that they had the DNA or the energy of these animals, this wild, straight from the jungle behavior that was then paralleled into sex. Okay, that's why you say.
So, all right, before we go, right, we identified everybody. Rod Hayes, Black Magic. You got Crumb in there. You got Nature Boy, right? You got B Dale. You got Brother Rich, right? Yeah, I hipped to Brother Rich. He with this new age shit. Oh yeah, that's Black Magic, Brother Rich, right? Rod Hayes. But let's see if we can find that Crumb TV reptilian video, because that was pretty good. Like I say, maybe it was alive. Maybe it was alive. You got Nimrod. Okay. You got reptilian gods of the Bible. We saw that image earlier. You got Brother Polite. You got Dr. York. Both went down for sexual crimes. You got Nature Boy did an interview with Crime. Right, let's check that out.
This was the ultimate survival.
So Nature Boy was doing this, sex cult, vibration yoga shit.
And you are now watching. If he's a mod or not, but I'm gonna have to go make him a mod if he's not. If he is, put some respect on his name. It's God, it is what it is. However, so I think it took him like maybe 3 years to see the video because he called me. I'm like, how'd you get my number? He calls me. He's just don't believe everything you see. Believe none of what you see and believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. Everything, that glitters ain't gold. Everything that you see doesn't appear as it sees and isn't what it appears to be. So, or something like that. My Shakespeare poetry is off. But yeah, so he wanted me to come edit some things for him, to make it look like reality TV. They were gonna, create some scenes and, do some,
So Crime was working with Nature Boy, and we seen King World was exposing Nature Boy heavy.
Green room interviews, and it would be just like The Real World or one of these, the Atlanta Housewives, whatever the case may be. And I was like, I considered it. It just never, transpired. We all pretty much have seen that. But that was really, a lot of what, I went on the inside. I know Nature Boy personally. I've seen him. I've been to his house. I've seen the family, whatever the case may be. And I'm not going to give all the jewels away. You got to figure it out for yourself. But it was certain things. I'm like, oh, that's not real. Because I thought, like, yeah, it looks like that, but it's not really that. And he did a lot of that, and a lot of stuff appeared to be. And I was talking to some smart people, and I'm like, yo, think about it. And we would point certain things out. We decode shit. I'm like, look at the whatever. I'm not going to tell everybody's business, but if you can figure it out, then bro, look at it. And some people's like, oh, I see. Like Inky understood, like, oh, that's not real. I'm like, yeah, look at that. Like, oh, that's not real either. And I was going to go in and edit some stuff, and we were going to present something kind of just because it was already out there. A lot of the Nature Boy stuff is already out there. It's already ratchet. It's already presenting something that's not whatever. People make these videos and they're just for entertainment. A lot of these people who are writing the Nature Boy thing, I'm not judging nobody. Do your thing, get your bag, whatever. But I understand that a lot of this stuff is just entertainment. There's no educational value to when people post these. I don't know, family. That's what I'd be doing. Personal, bro. I'm not trying to tell nobody nothing about me. And not only am I not trying to tell nobody, MOV to MP4, and then numbers. They're all behind the scenes because we're on several platforms.
We're here. Yes, we're on there.
Peace and love, Grandmaster Chief. How are you?
Peace, God. Peace. How you feeling?
All is well. All is truly well. Thank you so much for asking. Grateful to have you. Excited to get the conversation started. Before we get started, though, I wanted to start things off the right way. Even though, respectfully, you need no introduction for formality's sake, would you mind telling us who you are and where we can find you at?
I'm Nature Boy. I'm Nature Boy. I'm a philosopher. I'm many of things. I call myself the Messiah of our people today. The messenger of God to our people today. Spiritual teacher, philosopher, father, black man, activist. Just like anybody else, just like yourself, trying to help our people and find solutions. And I tapped into some things. That's what I'm going into. That's why I'm pretty much here. You know what I'm saying? I'm here right now because I've tapped into some things, and it's crazy. Did you play the video for him?
Yeah, 2 days ago, we exposed, and this is how I framed it. We exposed your case, and we reacted to the documentary. Nothing but positive response. I think a lot of people were shocked. Also impressed with the editing. Not just me. I know I'm a nerd in that regard, but no, it was very good work. Told a clear story that was much needed. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's Afro right there, y'all. Afro,
So you see the connection, right? Nature Boy used to fuck with Young Pharaoh. Young Pharaoh used to fuck with Sonetta, right? Seta used to fuck with Sonetta, but he broke off too. You got Crime, he fucked with Nature Boy. Rashad Jamal used to, but they fell out. Him and Pharaoh fell out.
My wisdom right there. She the speedy trial because I knew that I was innocent. Ever. And I think that they said the discovery, me and my family, we pieced it together, even over these phones, because I have to defend myself. In jail, you don't have the proper means to defend yourself. So I had to piece it together like that. And we all got together and we put it together and put it out to the public to let the public know, whoa, I've been in here over a year, y'all.
So we see it's like a little conscious community cabal.
Me being in here because we push a speedy trial and everything. Who to go to?
It's a true statement. However, they did point out, they said it's all coming from one number. I found that to be very interesting, that it's not necessarily
because there's not a lot of people trolling me. There's only a couple people. A lot of people are watching, but not a lot of people are actually trolling me.
Absolutely. Well,
I'm not doing that right now.
Well, what about the conditions? Do you get to see the light of these demonstrations from men where
I had sex with his mom.
Thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Am I controlling and manipulating your mind?
I was gonna leave Canada even before I found nature.
I'm abusing woman, and what happens to get crowd, to get people's attention, to slip knowledge. Yeah.
There it is, family. The Nature Boy interview. Let me remind you. I'm really doing.
Then insert promo. So you see these guys be rubbing shoulders. Let's see what else we got on here. I might not even get to that reptilian situation. But I got one more thing I want to show y'all. Let me see. Got Bro Sanchez, Reptilian City under Los Angeles. Got the Kabbalah Tree of Life. Dude with the fez. Got the Water World Indians and more. Nature Boy wives prove his innocent. So see, Crumb was saying Nature Boy was innocent. You see it right there. Nature Boy wives prove his innocence. Exposed. Got Akhenaten, Part 100. See, they got the magic religion, Asiatic black man. We're going to have to review this eugenics one day, family. Y'all got to get that lesson. Props to him for that. Nature Boy's Revenge. African spirituality exposed. Damn. Got Lilith, the black demon. Right. Got the alien shit. Got the reptilian conspiracy. That ain't the one I'm talking about. You got witchcraft and religion with the Jesus on there. So you get the theme. You're getting the theme. You got Young Pharaoh's Revenge. Master Teachers Exposed, huh? Sure that was a good one. Aboriginals Exposed, the Masonic Secret. That's probably a good watch. Cloning. So you got that dude with the feds all over the channel. Right? Minister of Information. God and angels are reptilian. Okay. So we see what time it is. We are the reptilians. Okay. Draconians. Lucifer in heaven. Sleeping with the devil. Of course, they got to venerate Malachi York. So you got why I love the devil. Right? Self-explanatory. Self-explanatory. Secrets of Masonry. He got the masonry on his head. Called Bible study. So I ain't see it, but I guess you see what time it is. And you know, for all that Dr. York, all that Dr. York veneration, right? See, the Nuwapians had like this compound, right? They went down for abuse. Nuwapian cult. Yeah, Nature Boy, Yahweh Ben Yahweh. But see, they had a compound. I forget what they call it. Look at this shit. Told you. Okay, here we go. Cameron. Who that's? Lil Slim from Deep. Prodigy. Nas. Government raid on Nuwapian Nation. So they had this compound down there in Georgia, right? And I'm gonna read you what Reddick says about Raelism. Raelism is classified as a new religious movement by scholars of religion. It has also been described as a UFO religion, a UFO movement, and an ETI, extraterrestrial intelligence religion. The organization promoting Raelism is the International Raelism Movement or the Raelian Church. Okay, that sound cool, right? Let me see. I'm gonna read y'all something. Then I'm gonna let y'all go. We had a good time, right? We had a good time. So it's why is it not a bigger topic and the media discussion at 21? Savage grew up in a cult. It's crazy that the whole reason his mom moved from the UK to Georgia because she followed the ideas of Dr. York. His biological father confirmed this on a podcast he did with RTM Records. For any of y'all who don't know who Dr. York is a cult leader, founded the Nubian Nation, beginning in New York. The white moved his followers to Georgia in 93 after receiving entrance from authorities about his involvement in organized crime. It was in Georgia that the teachings took a bizarre and unexpected turn. Mixed ideas taken from Black nationalism, cryptozoology, UFO religions, and popular conspiracy theories. They believe, among other things, that aborted people survived and are biding their time in the sewers of New York until they can avenge themselves against the human race. Dwight was convicted in 2004 and currently serving 135 in federal prison for child touching, conspiracy, and fraud. Coincidentally, when MF Doom moved from the UK to New York, he also followed the teachings of Dwight and the Nubian Nation when he was a kid. Right? Some say 21 may have got touched, right? They say 21 might have got touched. But, and there's one thing, did y'all notice how like B-Dale and Billy Carson so robotic, right? Sort of like MK Ultra or some shit, right? They just robotic as a motherfucker. Like autistic almost, shit. Unsettling. But I'm gonna get on out of here. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like and subscribe. I'm out.